You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Let me say a special hello to all the WZY 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. And we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. And folks, we always have a jam-packed program here in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. Let me bring in 1/3 of the dark triplets, no other than Diana, Waveney, Benson, McDonald.
No.
All 5 names, boy. All 5 names.
5 names now.
I get all 5.
Diana, Bensky, Waveney, McDonald, LeBon.
Yeah. Diana, Waveney, Benskin, McDonald the second.
Well, I'm having peppermint tea, lemongrass tea, and ginger.
Peppermint tea, have it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, peppermint is
when cold. It's cold.
Yeah, boy. It kind of cold today, too, you know?
Boy. I'm telling you. And they're not turning on the heat, access to heat where I am. You know, the mechanisms till November 1st.
Yeah. But I just had my boiler clean. Let me see, boy. Saturday, boy. Yeah, Saturday, boy. I have it clean. I say, whoa, timing good enough. Timing good too bad, boy. The wifey didn't tell me, boy, we had to turn on the boiler, boy. I say, oh God, boy. I get real points, you know.
Yep. Because what it is, they have to come and seal back up the air conditioned vent, put those covers back on before they can flip over the heat. So they're doing that the 1st of November.
Yeah, but Diana, Ben Skin.
Yeah.
You would not believe.
Who come first in the village?
You wouldn't believe.
Who come first in the village?
Who come first? Eh?
Ron, little Ron Horner.
Right.
He,
Here the fella now.
boom.
Of course.
He drive that truck fast.
Oh God! You know, that fella was monitoring that thing since about 3 o'clock.
Oh God!
He had a WZYE in the village that triplet monitor, and he was waiting, boy. He said, "What at?" I inside first for the first time, boy. The man happy, boy.
Oh Lord!
And he put all kind of emoji. I doesn't even know what them emoji does put.
Hey, your new name, Wall Crack.
Who get out? I know we had one already, man.
No, you never had wall. No, you didn't have Wall Crack.
Yeah. That's
yeah, Wall Crack.
Yeah, that's a real one. Who come with that
Lord.
one? He come with that one? Nuts.
Yeah.
You lose stripes already. That's a whole one. Come good now, man. Oh God, the program didn't start good yet. And you start already. World crack. That's a whole one, man. Let me look for this sheet. You're looking for this sheet. That's a whole one.
I tell you, I didn't hear no Wall Crack.
Nah, that's a whole one. I'm telling you. I'll get this sheet, boy. I will get this sheet. I this sheet here somewhere, boy. Where the hell this sheet going, boy? But just so, boy, I feel little run on and steal the sheet, you know. I feel little run on and come through the back door, right? when the people was here taking care of the room, and the man steal the sheet and go on. They go, good. What?
Wall crack hole. Wall crack hole.
Yeah, boy. I don't look for that sheet. Anyway, I go look for that sheet. Takesha inside. What tax?
Takesha says, Anselm, your party planting, boom, to get everyone scared, so the country would look in a different direction.
You know, you see, all you need to stop that, man. What part them planting nothing like that? All you know is not the UNC doing certain things to get the government off what they're trying to do. Now they're Mongolia inside.
That's gonna cause some nonsense.
No, just asking that question, you know. I'm saying what are you inside?
It might be the Venezuelans, you don't know.
Everyone you about stay inside, boy. Yeah, hey, the phantom inside too, boy. What? Nadia Mongol.
Hi, Queen.
Let me run on. I say that suit Wall Street I won, looking like one of them Rolling 5 years ago.
Oh no!
At least I got Prime Ministerial suit. At least I could take that. I can say I got PM suit. What tax? Take that in your what tax run. Queen, you're inside. Good night. You know, we see Queen in our right, you know. Queen, how you been? Not scared.
Answer, what's the number for them to call? 973
868 1444.
868 1444.
Yeah, hey, fish stick you inside.
Not yet. We'll tell you when we're gonna take calls.
Yeah, Takesha you inside. Queen, how you doing, boy? My queen, boy. Queen, we can't see a picture though. That your picture? I ain't seen that picture too good, you know. My party planting. Takesha, where is that one?
Vonnie wants to know if you're going to get sworn in as Minister of Lavender.
Vonnie, that's a good one. I like that one.
He looked like he belonged to the same clan Ethelbert Hines belonged to.
No, well, you know, when we dress up, Raj, we inside, boy. Nah, hey, Takesha, you're laying them fellas of them corrupt, you know, Takesha. Takesha said, no, Vonnie, no. You go down cut the ribbon for our next standpipe.
Oh my God,
you're wicked. You're wicked, Keisha. I'm telling you.
They're not easy. They're not easy.
Yeah,
The
we want
number,
to
the
know the
number was
number.
posted above. 973. Where did
Yeah.
I put it? You posting it? Good.
Yeah, posting it.
And
What's that?
some will let you know when to call.
And some in pin the what is yet? In pin
Pin the number.
the
You have to
numbers
pin
yet?
it. You have to pin it.
Erica,
So it will run
Johnny
across.
inside you. What tax?
It will run across the bottom of the thing.
Yeah, Erica, you inside. What tax?
He come to paint the apartment in Laventille with a suit.
But yeah, that's the thing itself. Erica, didn't pay any billing yet. But Erica, I hear the Minister of Housing was updated, you know. Is that true? A little red berry tell me. The Minister of Housing was up in Laventille. A red berry tell me that.
Troy Smith, his name, what is his name? Fitzgerald Ethelbert Hines.
Yeah, you're calling me man by his middle name. What is that one, Diana?
But that is his name. Diana is my middle name.
Yeah.
That's not his name. MP Ethelbert Hines. What's wrong with that? Well, you know what
Why
I'm
you
talking
calling
about?
him? Why you calling him Ethelbert? Why you call him man, Mr. Hines? Mr. Fitzgerald Hines. That's his name.
I like, no, his name is Fitzgerald Ethelbert Hines.
So yeah, call him by your right name. Don't call him by your wrong name.
Maybe don't call him by your wrong name. Ain't that his name? Fitzgerald Ethelbert Hines. I like Ethelbert. It has a nice ring to it.
Is that a nice ring to it, Ethelbert?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes. Erica, just old talk. Yeah, look, Ron say, looking like a hazmat suit on Wall Street.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh God, they're gonna hit you hard with that suit.
Yeah. What is that, boy? For states and somewhat?
And I guarantee you he's wearing sneakers.
Yeah, of course, Diana. You know his sneakers.
Yeah.
Out-of-phone sneakers.
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
That's right. You have to go and try that in Trinidad.
Look, Bonnie Roberts say, Ron, today I channel show say, and some don't need a building to assist your Laventille youths. Hey, she talk about me today, Ronnie, right?
No.
Eh? They talk about me today? Why? I'm getting real more popular, but let me bring in our first guest, eh? Before we are, what? After 441 million.
Cock's getting wet.
Oh, God. But let me bring in my guest, eh?
Oh,
Let's bring in our first guest in the village, man. This is no other than my good friend, good friend, Lester Powder, boy. Hey, you know, what is your real name? Is it Lester or is it Sean?
Sean Lester Powder. But you know,
you might mute.
Those of us have a lot of names from the
all right.
Right, so Fitzgerald Ethelbert Hines, that's his name. Right?
There you go. You have your home name and your street name.
So Sean Powder, of course, is in the village with the dark triplets. It's normally DAG. The D is Diana. Diana is on. She's considered to be Storm. I am Anselm or Flash or Wall Street. And we have G, who's going to join us real soon. That's Gary. Gary is considered to be Phantom. And we have our fourth person, but you know, something happened with him. He hibernated in Trinidad. His name is,
don't call out the name.
Tommy, man. Tommy, you know Tommy. Tommy is considered to be the outside child, and the ladies call him the love child. So Sean Powder, welcome to Indie Village to the Dark Triplets. Let me do something first, eh? For all the listeners and all you guys in Trinidad and Tobago, and all the Tobagonians who are listening, this gentleman here, his son, Noah Powder, is the left back for Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors. All right, and you know, when you're playing soccer in Trinidad, you have to come to Wall Street to get a training and thing for you to get it. Yeah. I'm telling them, Gotta come to Wall Street to get training for fitness and thing. And no powder. Boy, the boy have a little left foot. But Sean, welcome, man. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for inviting me. Well, let's disclose. Not only did Wall Street, aka Slim, I don't know all the AKAs. Not only was instrument, I have 3 sons. All of them play football at a very high level. I imagine one day all 3 of them will represent Trinidad and Tobago. But and Slim was instrumental in their speed development and their technique for running and training. So maybe he could speak to the sports minister about providing similar services for athletes in Trinidad and Tobago. But I don't know how it's received.
Which sports minister? The one that never pitch a marble?
The Roman one. The Roman one.
The one that play the ball without the net.
No.
But Sean,
yes.
You are from, your family is from Tobago, correct?
Yes, we are from the east. I'm from the country. 10 Chains, Roxborough, Tobago. Most people have no idea what that is.
But, of course, I know where Roxborough is.
Yeah.
10 Shades?
10 Chains, a rather slave name.
Oh, 10 Chains. 10 Chains. I don't know what that is. And my father living in Roxborough.
10 Chains, Roxborough, Tobago. Yeah. So that's that's where I grew up. Went to Ebenezer Methodist. So that's my area.
Maybe down my area is 8 Chains.
Or maybe they ran out of chains. I don't know.
Oh
no. Something.
My family's from the east, though. We have Paltavere, Charleville, but I grew up in Roxborough.
So wait now. Your family right now is in Watson Duke area? Watson Duke is the representative for that area?
Yes, of course. Watson Duke.
Oh yeah. Watson Duke is the representative for my father's area too, because he's in Roxborough as well.
Yeah.
But Sean, I read about that $26,000 scholarship initiative that you were instrumental behind. Talk to us about how that came into being. How that originated.
Yeah, how that came. I wanted to do something for many years to continue to honor my aunt Eureka Powder. She was very instrumental in my life. She died of a heart attack at a very young age, at 40. And I inherited her library. She lived in Trinidad because she was teaching in Trinidad after she finished UE. And the portion of our library that was in Tobago at my grandmother's house, I inherited that portion of the library. And those books were extremely important to my life and my development. So in the past, we've donated books to the library in Roxborough and other libraries and schools in Tobago in her name. We also supported the lawn tennis and the Crusoe Islands Tennis Club in her honor. I mean, we gave hundreds of rackets, balls, equipment in her name. And one of the things that I decided was, going home so often, because I'm home all the time, is there's something going on in terms of our educational system. It's still, this many years after independence, and we're still following our rote system. And we're wondering why we don't have the type of creative thinking and the cognitive processes in society. So I said, I want to do something that, first of all, targeted people home and in terms of the topic, and also something to make the children think, not just regurgitate something they may have read. So that was the genesis of the whole idea. And I was able to connect with Lasana Liebert, with Wired 868, and Earl Best. And they, with help from people from Constad and other places, they created the structure of the essay, the topics, and we got going. And I said, listen, I'll put the money up for the prizes and let's get it done. And fortunately, the Ministry of Education jumped on board by endorsing it, and we've gotten some sponsors since then. I committed to 2 years, so next year we'll do this again. The Wired 868 Right Start essay contest, and we don't have the topics for next year, but we have 2 age categories, and that's how it started.
So what are the age categories?
We have two. We have from 11 to 15 one topic, and we have another topic from 16 to 18.
So no topic for no category for older people.
No, it's targeted at the schools. I mean, some people have asked. Suddenly, we've got some adults indicating that they're 16, but at this time, we don't have. It's because the idea is we want to impact children and how children are thinking and viewing their environment. So that was the whole idea. So there's no adult category. It's targeted at the younger ages.
Why I ask you that, sir? Anselm didn't disclose to you. I am an author and a poet.
Oh.
And yes, so I'm Trinidadian.
Mm-hmm.
And as a little child, I used to write on the brown paper from the flower bag. That was all I could afford, get.
Mm-hmm.
And those poems were, thrown away by the woman I lived with.
Okay.
Bore me. And I, saddens me because I was documenting my environment then, which is, would have been really critical to see my development now as an award-winning poet. So I want to know if there was anything for the older person.
No.
Okay.
We do have a novelist, Lisa Allen Agostini. She's chairing the panel for the judges for the 11 to 15 category.
Okay.
So we've tried to bring as much expertise of people locally. If Anselm had disclosed that to me, maybe I could have spoken to Earl and gotten you on the panel.
Next time.
Yeah, next year, certainly.
Anselm and I have also talked about, I am interested in doing a call-in program where they can call in and do the open mic, they spit their poetry, perform their poetry.
Yeah,
so
to me, what's driving some of this is I find that our educational system, I mean, like you said, here you are expressing your thoughts of your environment and your experience, and somebody doesn't think this is valuable. Like one of the things that happened recently, I guess yesterday, is one parent said to us, or the child said to the parent, "I'm too busy studying all this material. I don't have time to write an essay." But that is exactly the problem. We're giving children trying to be a quantum of information to memorize and regurgitate, and the children have to think. They have time to express. So this is, that's really what we're trying to target with this, and we're hoping that, it's a small economic incentive will encourage parents, but not the parents to write, because I was warned that some parents will write for the cash and say their child's name. So.
But children need to know the difference between essays, descriptive, persuasive, argumentative. They need to be aware of these things, because as you go into different professions, you will need one of those styles to present your theories and your points and stuff. Yes. So it's important, essay writing. Go ahead, Ant. I'm sorry.
One thing I heard you said, right, and I thought was kind of important, is that, the Ministry of Education decided to come on board.
You're on that road with me. And we're very pleased for them to come on board.
But listen, what kind of creativity we have coming out of the Ministry of Education? Here you are, right? You are posting the diaspora, right? From Tobago, and you have to give them these type of ideas, man. They should be coming up with these type of ideas, or Lester, or they should be consulting us with us and ask us, what type of ideas do you guys have? Since you guys are global, what type of ideas do you guys have that you see that we can enhance education in Trinidad and Tobago?
I don't know if that's a statement or there's a question there, but I think we have to continue to do what we can in the diaspora to work with those locally. I think it's quite a challenge, because when people are, any group in any island, any country, any place that it's in a closed circle and have an intense familiarity with themselves and with others, they don't oftentimes accept their own from the diaspora. I mean, look at what's happening in football. I'll give you a perfect example. The women's team has hired a coach for a women's national team from, I think he's from Wales. Nothing against people from Wales. He quits on October 6th, a couple of weeks before the tournament's going to start. the normalization committee runs out and hires a guy who's a futsal coach from Beaverton, Oregon. After one day in the session, they realize, shit, this guy's terrible. This guy never even coached 11 aside. So they have to fire him. He does one session. Sunday, they panic and they hire Kenwin Jones to lead the team.
Yeah.
So, and this comes to I see a lot of adults in our society, a lot of them who have doctorate degrees, a lot of them who are qualified people. Because of the closed environment, the thinking isn't what we think it should be, or the lack of, I should say. So I think you would agree that it's not, some of these things won't come out of the ministries, and some of these things won't be well received by people in the ministries. From us, from those that look like them, for sure.
But Sean, let me tell you, I can say this, eh?
Uh-huh.
Those guys are dinosaurs. And listen to this. And to me, it doesn't matter. Let me say it doesn't. Let me repeat that. Let me don't say it doesn't. It really hasn't mattered. It hasn't. It has not mattered who was in there. And let me give you guys an example. Eh? Under the UNC party, I met with Annie Roberts to talk about Sports Development Academy Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago in bringing a Sports Development Academy to Trinidad and Tobago so we could have sports tourism, we could develop teams, we could develop youth teams starting with age 10, develop basketball players, develop football players, develop netball players, whatever sport it is, right? That got nowhere. The PNM came into office. I met with what's the name again, boy? Daryl Smith. Sports Development Academy Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago. The same thing that happened under Annie Roberts is the same thing happened under Daryl Smith. Nada, zero, naught. You know what it is? The West Indies going to the ICC cricket, and a few of the openers go make duck, right? That is what happened with me and both parties. So to me, it's like, and one other thing, Sean, I see the program that you was instrumental in getting foreign footballers whose mothers, parents are Trinidadians, and they live in all parts of the world to come back and represent Trinidad and Tobago. That was a great initiative. How come they dropped that initiative all of a sudden?
Well, I mean, I think FIFA has since FIFA implemented a normalization committee, it was at the discretion of the normalization committee to continue the program. They opted not to. Not that, I mean, we had multiple calls, multiple emails, and they've decided it's not the path they want to take. I mean, it's, they're
Sean, wait a minute. Sean, I know you're very diplomatic and you're trying to be diplomatic. I know you're very diplomatic, right? Yeah. But when we come into the village, we like people that speak truth to power. Sean, there's no way. I don't care what committee they have. I don't care if the committee come from Mars. That program was an excellent program to move football in the country to our next level.
No, absolutely. And I mean, Justin Reed, Nigel Myers, and I, and a lot of the guys, we still talk because we know there will be a time after this. So, see, the thing is, quality and good ideas, you can't really kill them forever. But the people that are there blocking it, they may come and go. So we continue to do our work. We continue to do our due diligence on identifying players and do what we can, because at the end of the other side of this is we love our country and we want to see the best for it. So just because the people in administration or the people in governance have decided are showing themselves to be wholly incapable of leading doesn't mean that we can't continue to put our ideas and do our organization and put our stuff together. So should it be official? Should it be part of the TTFA again and operating? Yes. Right now it's unofficial and we're still collecting names and talking to parents and encouraging people to go process their passport and, developing relationships with the consul general and the ambassador, because we know this is, listen, in Jamaica right now has 7 players playing the EPL, and none of the players who could represent Jamaica were ever born in Jamaica. So the El Salvadorian Football Federation just hired a guy who spent 5 years just on Google finding El Salvadorian players all throughout the world eligible to play. This is the model. The USA is getting players from everywhere. Wherever you could get a U.S. passport. Klinsmann started with the players in Germany. So if we don't want to follow, the models aren't going away. And if we want to be competitive, these things are the direction we have to go in. I know you're concerned about the level of political leadership and economic leadership, but like you said, these guys are dinosaurs. It's going to go away because the world is moving. It's either we're going to collapse or new people will come up with these ideas and they're going to have to go away.
But Sean, I'm telling you, we have great difficulties killing them dinosaurs in Trinidad, I don't know. Because it seemed like it seemed like you give them something and they revive themselves and they get mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and they come back to life.
I think because we forget that the dinosaurs died in tar pits, and we have a tar pit, we have to lead them to the tar.
Mm-hmm.
We have a pitch lake, we lead them to the pitch.
Let me give you a next example, right? And we want to get back to the scholarship. Brian Lewis talked about he want to get, I think it's 10 medals by the year 2030, boy. Something like that. Some kind of medals by 2030. The program you want to put in place by 2030. But imagine that, right? They want to win medals by 2030, but they have an 1820 philosophy and ideas in the country for sports now. No. I mean, listen, let me be Minister of Sports, and I guarantee you, in less than 5 years, Trinidad will be winning medals in world championships. And let me back up. We had to start with Carifta games. Mm-hmm. We had to start with the smaller games. We can't start with the big games and all of a sudden. When Jamaica go to Carifta games, Jamaica finishing first almost every single year. And then those kids move on to World Championship, Olympics, Pan American Games, Central American and Caribbean Games. But Sean, let's get back to the...
But that's why I heard Arthur Bolton in an interview, and he said people think that he's negative. He said, if we didn't place at Carifta, if we didn't play at Pan Am, why do you think you're going to the Olympics and win?
But I don't know. I mean,
how is that going to happen?
Correct. And
they're sending more administrators to Tokyo than athletes.
Correct. So, but not only that, right? We have coaches in this country coaching track and field. And I use myself as an example, right? I coach at a high school, right? You know, oratory prep. And all hearing this for the first time. I won a state championship, Sean, and not one of my athletes plays first. And I won the state championship. I didn't win one race in the state championships, you know. State championships for private school. Not one of my athletes plays first in an event. So we here in the diaspora, like how you are giving back to this situation here. And I believe, Sean, that this is a fantabulous initiative, man.
Yeah. Listen, we did something similar in honor of my aunt with the lawn tennis. At the time, I mean, tennis rackets are very expensive. I mean, balls, nets. At the point we supported tennis in Tobago only, about, I guess it's like over 20 years ago, when I worked with Arthur Ashe and I was in the tennis business. We got a tremendous amount of equipment down there. And at that point, Tobago had more school-age children playing lawn tennis in Jamaica. And 5 years later, Tobago tennis players, a population of 50,000 versus Trinidad 1.5 million, we dominated the top tennis players in the country representing Trinidad and Tobago. So, to your point, people from the diaspora with some resources, some knowledge, and I mean, at that time, Anselm Orville London was he was a tennis supporter and also chief secretary of the THA. So he did a very good job of helping push on building a facility there with more courts and more tennis courts and so. But the point is that little effort and the work of the parents and the crew, so we ended up dominating the top positions in lawn tennis in Tobago 5 years later by a small investment. And that's why I say we can't stop. But it's very difficult. I am not disagreeing with it. It's very difficult. But I want to give you a couple. I mean, just so you know, we did launch the Wired 868 Right contest on September 28th. The deadline for submissions is the 29th, and we plan on announcing winners on December 15th. So I think things are coming along well. We've got B Mobile came on. They're going to give 2 6-month plans for each winner, plus an additional prizes and categories. Massey Stores is going to give out gift cards to 14 riders, and RBC is making a donation. Brian Springer and Community Health Solutions is going to sponsor the most read prize on Wired. So we have some interesting corporate support and some people coming on board, which is being encouraging, because the word usually back home is that the corporations don't help, the business community don't do anything there on their own. But I think similar to how you said, Anselm, that the ministry jumps on to take it. There's room to say they could have done this without me, and they could have seen this as a priority without me. But sometimes it just takes a little push, and at least they were thoughtful enough and considerate enough to endorse it and to spread it through all the 8 districts, all the 8 educational districts.
No, well, I congratulate them, because they are very reactive. And I want to congratulate them. They drop the poor and they put RE.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You have to know your people.
Yeah. It's. But the good thing though, the good thing is that this is a great opportunity for people, especially people who like to write. Mm-hmm. In order for them to show their colors, and maybe this can be the start of something big for a lot of these kids. A great opportunity for you to do something. You could win some cash as well, because that's always a good thing. But not just that, but the opportunity to be involved in something. I know that you have to dedicate yourself to do it. If you want to come out on top. And that's the way it is in the world.
Yeah, and what we said the thing we're pushing to parents to really hear. I don't care where your child place in class. I don't care what he performed in the test. Give every child is special. Give your child the opportunity to express him or herself.
Correct.
Do not think, well, he or she ain't placing in class, he can't write. Give the child the chance, because that's something that we have eradicated generations of people at 11 and 13 years old because of some ridiculous test. Mm-hmm. I have a cousin who, after common entrance, so they said, well, boy, you have to go cadets, and you have to go and learn a trade. Fortunately, he was able to travel abroad. He's now got he's a civil engineer. He's got his master's in construction from NJIT, and he is a senior project manager at the MTA, responsible for the Verrazano Bridge and tunnel systems. But this is a person who they told him, well, you can't do nothing, boy, you done.
You just said that and you get me vex again, and we didn't come in the program to get me vex.
Sometimes certain things are easier than you believe.
You get me vex, because when I pitch to this government that I support, 11th to Washington Empowerment Center for the building on Duncan Street, so we could provide free SAT classes, free ACT classes, free entrepreneurship classes for kids. So kids could then get academic scholarships through SAT, academic scholarship through ACT. And not only that, but also get scholarship to go to boarding school. Because I know my son went to boarding school, right? And then, boy, my party, boy, sometimes I just wonder, boy, Sean. But,
Ansel, but this is, I mean, and you said it before, whether the party doesn't matter, because our whole structure is that maybe 3 to 6% of the people will succeed, and the rest will be the sheep. And we are still very colonial and class driven. I mean, I get on a plane with my brothers going home a couple of years ago, and this lady stands up. Oh, the way you guys are talking and the way you dress, you must be QRC boys. So I tell you, I'm from the bush in Tobago. I'm from in the bush, right from Tobago. The lady, the look she gave me, she was at a heart attack. This type of, and then I went to this school and they're old boys for this, and it's a network. It becomes very incestuous, and it's not about performance. None of it is about performance. None is about results. So I think, and that comes on both sides of the political spectrum. So we're in this type of malaise that you can't be surprised when they don't accept your ideas. You know, it's just the way it is. I'm not sure how it'll change, but we have to continue trying out of love of country and love of our culture.
Yeah.
And I know in the Trinidad and Tobago area, we have a lot of creative individuals. I have an individual from Tobago. He's a fashion designer. So I'm trying to bring him and highlight him, you know, because we never know where, you know, his designs may end up. And you know, I often wonder how are we not trapping and marketing, you know, Tobago as a destination for Model on the Runway, you know, that series, right? The
Yeah.
next, you know, I don't know what's going, you know,
Well,
you're not providing anything for the youth, you know,
yes.
and so they have to look away and migrate and
we are slowly becoming a place that our greatest export is our people, which is discouraging. We're exporting our people at a high rate, and a lot of people exporting become very successful abroad, and then they are not even welcome back. It's, you know, well, I mean, oil and gas prices are bouncing back, so everyone will be happy in a couple of years, and the debt, all the borrowed money will service. But we are exporting people. We really have gotten to that point where we're exporting people, and it's unfortunate because, and it's like you were just saying, like we used to be a very creative and ingenious people in our culture. We were problem solvers, but we have moved so far away from it.
And they don't recognize you because you've taken a stance against a policy of the incumbent, you know. No, you know, you know, I do my thing in silence, and when I announce my awards, Anselm knows of all the stuff you know, that I get. I'm currently doing a scholarship that was given to me, and Trinidad and Tobago, they could care less.
Yeah.
You know, to put me in front of those little children and, you know, let's create a poem together and show them, you know, the different styles and how to use the enjambment and, you know, narrative and prose. And they could care less to tap into my resources.
And I don't think,
you know,
one thing I don't think we value the arts enough, the creative arts, in terms of for development. You know, go be a lawyer, go be a doctor. Those are all good professions. I have nothing about that being. I don't think we value I mean, 20, 30 years, 50 years ago, you could be a doctor, but you could also be a poet. You know, like we don't value that side of the brain or that side of creativity. It's very narrow. It's very narrow, our thinking.
But poetry is a hobby. I'm a trained accountant, but I find accounting boring as hell. So I delved into other things.
I would love to know the person who doesn't find it boring.
You know, so poetry was always a hobby of mine.
Yeah. Albert Montano says Trinidad and Tobago not listening to any advice from people living outside. Albert Montano, not listening to any. They listen to some, but it depends where the advice come from. But you know, certain people they're not listening to. You're absolutely right, Albert Montano. But Sean,
yes,
aside, right? Were you at one time? I don't remember if were you at one time the mayor of Maplewood?
No, I wasn't the mayor. I was a township committee mayor.
It was on the They never was vice mayor either.
No. I hold on for 1 second. I have to grab a call. I'm sorry for this, but I have to take this.
No, go ahead. Yeah. So folks, you have to take a quick call there, right? Sean was on the Maplewood Township Committee, you know, in Maplewood. You know, one of the few guys who was on a township committee in Maplewood. You know, let me read some of the quotes here until he comes back. Lollipop says his favorite sport is figure skating.
And he writes poetry.
Lollipop is a male or a female?
I don't know. Lollipop writes poetry.
Is Lollipop male or female?
And Ron says his father wrote a very deep book, poetry, and he can't get it from his brother.
So Diana, maybe we ought to do something with poetry, boy, because I hear people saying things. all you're calling and make the program interesting. I mean, Wall Street suffers from colonialism, college boy syndrome.
Oh boy.
CBS. Sorry about that, Sean.
Sorry. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Please.
No, that's all right. Listen, when you come to the village, plenty minutes up in the village. Yeah, so so
you asked if I was on the Maple Township Committee for a while.
Right. And as a Trinidadian actually representing our community. But wait now, you was on the township committee when Dr. Rowley came over to my house, right?
Let's see. Should we?
That was between 2010 and 2015.
Yes, I did. I at your request, I did ensure that the mayor
and the mayor was the only
attended one of the two functions you had for Dr. Rowley when he was in opposition at your home. I
like how you say that.
I think Franklin Khan was there too, if I remember correctly.
Plenty of them was there.
You did an excellent job of organizing the Trinidadian community in the tri-state area to attend in support of Dr. Rowley. And I think you are waving your balisé quite high.
Oh,
oh. Sean,
yes.
Before you go, right, what's next with this scholarship program that you guys have started?
A couple of things. What we like I said, we are receiving a lot of entries. We're encouraging parents and anyone with anyone in the diaspora or locally to please encourage your children or your nieces and nephews and to write, to submit something, because in addition to the opportunity for the prize, I think it's a good process for any child to go through. And as I think the different types of essays can be very helpful for young people, and also the topics. I didn't mention the topics. One of the topics in the age categories is that the old age categories. How would you have Carnival 2022? How would that happen in a post-COVID environment? And the other essay is if you met a local hero, and whether it literally happened or it's fictional, describe that experience and what happened. So the idea there is that we wanted people to think about things in Trinidad. Like a lot of times people could tell you a lot of stuff about Shakespeare, about nothing wrong with Shakespeare, but they tell you things about England, they tell you things about France, and they don't know anything about their own country. We don't look inward, and so much of life is about you looking inward for your development. So those are the topics that we had, and to try and get the young people to think about their situation and to express from them out. So those are the things. I mean, the contest, the essay contest closes on October 29th, and we'll announce the winners on the 15th.
And if somebody wanted to enter,
I'll be happy on the 15th. The minister will be there to help hand out the check. So I look forward to meeting her.
And so you'll be in Trinidad then?
Yes, I plan to go down for it.
Yeah, tell Dr. Nayan Gasby Dolly, a fella from up in foreign. It's called Wall Street. Say hello.
I will, you believe me, you're gonna get there. Good ideas don't disappear.
No, man, I'm a runner, and I'm very disciplined.
Yes.
And I'm not in this for short term. I'm in this thing for long term.
Yeah.
So I keep striving, man. I keep striving.
Yeah. I wanted to say one thing, because as one of the things that happened as a result of this is I didn't even know there was a Tobago Writers Guild of writers based in Tobago who formed the guild, and they are going to be supporting us and sharing the information to writers also, because I think we have to really push on changing the type of conversation away from UNC and PNM. We have to go above that. This yellow and red thing is just it's not getting us anywhere.
And Sean, you are so right, and that's why we started this program here in the village with the Dark Triplets and WZY 95.9 FM, because we want to talk. We want to kind of shift the focus away from always PNM UNC, right? And we want to talk about, so we bring all different people in this program, all different people. You know, some people shock that I'm bringing people from UNC on the program. Well, you use a PNM, you ain't supposed to bring, no, that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You are supposed to hear as much ideas as possible, especially ideas that's going to make the country better.
Yeah.
Right, to put the country in a better state. What you guys are doing here is making things better for these kids.
Yeah.
You know, these young kids, you know, started at 11, you know, going up to 18, and this is what this is about.
You think I mean, I don't think people are this malicious, but Anselm, you know, because you've been in higher ed in addition to being on Wall Street, like it wouldn't be that difficult for us to set up a program in Trinidad that could get scholar athletes or just scholars full education in the US.
Easy.
And at some point, it's so easy that I have to think that the people who are making decisions home could see having, you know, in 5 years, having 30,000 educated people back in a society could be dangerous. Because realistically, think of how you look at track and field and you think of JUCO, Division 2, Division 1.
By all kind of thing.
We could flood American universities. Football.
Boarding school too, you know?
Yeah,
boarding school too.
Yeah.
People can come from, leave school in Trinidad and come here to boarding school for 1-2 years.
Yep.
And next thing they get full scholarship to go anywhere they want.
Yep, my second son, Samori, was at Portland Timbers, and there were 4 boys from Trinidad at Portland Timbers Academy out in Oregon. From there, they had a pathway to a full Division I scholarship.
Yep.
If not, they weren't at the professional level yet, but they go play Division I. I mean, they get a $75,000 US dollar education a year for free.
Yeah, but
but I mean, I say this, and I really think that the numbers could be so significant that I don't think that many people, that many decision makers in Trinidad and Tobago want to see that many people getting that exposure, that experience, that education, and coming back into the society.
But that will help. That will help the society as a whole, man.
Oh, well, of course. But if you are living good off of the current conditions, right?
I hear you. Status quo, boy. Leave it as
is. Yeah.
Why do they want to educate them people and them? Only leave them, man.
Yeah.
Only want them people to go and get education and thing, and then they go get educated, and then they might change their mind. Nah, keep them so. You gotta keep them like that. You know, but Sean, boy, it's
a malicious way of looking at it, but that's the only explanation I can come up with, because it's literally so easy to do.
So, Sean, somebody wanted to know what age for children to enter the competition.
We have 2 age categories: 11 to 15 and 16 to 18, depending on the topic. Oh, and they can go to Wired 868. There's an article on there. They can go. It can be submitted to your essays can be submitted to the editor at wired868.com, and it could also be submitted to rightstartcontest@gmail.com.
So what I also did, Sean, I'm going to share it on my page and on WZYE 95.9 FM Facebook page as well. I already shared it there, but I'm going to share it there again because I thought it was a great initiative.
Thank you very much. It's great, and I appreciate you having me on, and I appreciate the time you all spent with me. I think you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you so much, man. And Sean, tell your sister you get on before your sister.
Oh yeah.
Tell your sister to bring you on to her. Tell her to bring her on, man.
I will. I definitely will. I'll tell her.
All right. Any closing words before you go?
No, just thank you for the time, and please, I encourage all children and the parents to write. Please put something in, and the process is more important than the result.
Hey, thank you so very much, Sean, man. Take care, man.
Take care. All the best.
All right, all the best. All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you, Diana.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So there you have it, boy. What, boy, Diana? I want a scarf tonight, but there's a scarf, boy. There's a scarf there, I want, Diana.
You're a Mako boy, oh God.
From Chumaka Clavantin, what do you think? Hey, look, Rose for Christmas, I'm inviting you to my home to eat as much as you like for 3 days. Rose, I don't know if I want little run on in my house now. I don't know about that. Rose is a good gesture, but you know, I don't know, Rose. I'm telling you. Yeah, so folks, if you have a kid, 11, I think it's 11 to 14 and 15 to 18, go to Wild 868, right? And have them join the writing competition. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, not Skik say? None of them. Oh, no, let me go by Tikisha first. Tikisha, you're lineman with them fellas and them. It's Dr. Keith Christopher around to Ansem House, and he can't get him on the program. I go game, man. Don't worry, I go game. Wait till election time come around. Wait till election time come around. All they will see. All of them running on the program. Nobody, the program for the internal election for PNM is next year, boy. All of them coming. All right, folks, it's in the
Ron, my
village.
scarf does not look like no mackerel. Watch yourself.
It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. You know, after we come back from the station identification, we're gonna take any calls. What time is the next guest, Diana?
8:30.
8:30, right? So
it will be Adrian.
No. We have the guest from Tobago, man, Dr.
He's
Williams.
Dr. Andre Phillips.
You not coming tonight?
Yeah, I sent you a message. You said he couldn't make it unless he came.
Make it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
And of course, we are back with you. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
I'm getting a call, Andre. Let me take it and come back, okay?
All right, yeah, no problem.
All right,
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. All the haters, boy. The haters, boy. All they like my suit. Yeah, I know they like my suit. All they keep on hating, man. Run! Little run owner. Go and sit in your corner. Takisha, you're behaving bad these past few days here, you know. I'm telling you, none of them know your boy handsome. Your hard hair, your hair hard, eh? Oh, my head hard. Oh, my head hard. You see, my head ain't hard, my head bald. Yeah, Lana, let your son enter, girl. Yeah, fish stick say what? Handsome, you was a runner. Fish stick, I was a runner. What's wrong with you? Was a runner? Why? Fish sticks. Handsome still waving, even though they don't acknowledge him. All I know, they don't acknowledge me. They don't acknowledge me. Oh, what's wrong with all you? Handsome still waving. Takisha, behave yourself. Don't let them fellas corrupt you. Yeah, little one wanna say, Dr. Keith Christopher run by Handsome. I'm sure he was disappointed. Run, send him a text and ask him. Run, little one wanna send Dr. Rowley a text and ask him when he came by Wall Street, was he disappointed? Ask him. You ask him. I ain't gonna answer for you. But you should have asked Sean. Sean was there. What? Hollowfield. Wall Street suffers from colonialism, college boy syndromes. What is that one? Hollowfield. What is that one? Oh. Miss call, boy? Nah, I can't take that call. Let me see something. I gotta call him back. Yeah, folks, it's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. Let me just send a message here, folks. Hold on. No, not that one. Okay, I gotta send an important message here. Yeah, so folks, yeah, the number is 973-868-1444. We have other numbers too. Look on the screen, you always see only numbers to call. Right? Call them numbers right now. Call them. Not cake, what? Oh, look who come. Look who come in. Look who come in. Ellis Island. Hey, JJ Sniper. JJ Sniper, where you joining us from? JJ Sniper, where you JJ look like JJ, you sure is a real person? JJ Sniper said this is one of the best TTT radio channel, but anyone on the show from Africa? I'm JJ, where you joining us from? Queen is a good one, boy. Queen, no, I no date. And some looking sharp, boy, like you have a date after. No, Queen, I no date. Yeah, I have a date with my wife. No, I don't know. And Albert Montano say, anyone who come on at election time is only is not a genuine person. So, what will you think about what happened in Trinidad these past 2 days with these bombs, boy? Is that real? Is it fake? Is it something to make the government look bad? Is it, and there was a next one today at Central Bank too. The person say, if Rose says, if your guests don't show up, you can think of interviewing Ron. Who want to hear Ron talk? Nobody want to hear Ron talk. Hey, Ellis boy, good evening, boy. Ellis say good afternoon, beautiful people on Wall Street. That's the best thing I'll say in the last 6 months. But for strict is true. When election time come, they go come. What wrong with all you? You know, joke. They go come. But all you are very loyal, eh? Here to Keisha, the ages was 11 to 16 and 16 to 18. Not saying none of the athletes win. Gary inside. But
good night, everybody. Just getting in here. So how's everybody doing tonight?
Everybody doing fantabulous, man. Gary, what do you think about? What do you think about that bomb thing in Trinidad, boy?
Well, we had to wait and see. We could form all kind of opinion and speculation, but in my opinion, I think it's constructed drama to kind of keep the people under wraps in the country, as far as my opinion. And I'm just thinking it could be. I'm not sure. I'm looking at it at all angles, and I don't see any purpose. I don't see any purpose for what is being done. What is it going to resolve? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'm trying to make sense out of it. So that's the way I look at it.
I agree.
It's senseless. It has no purpose.
Yeah. What it is achieving, man?
Yeah. It makes no sense to me. If we have an issue, first of all, they haven't been very good at raising their voices in the country, and they're still lash out and do something like that. At this stage in the game, it makes no sense to me. So I think it's more somebody trying to construct some drama to kind of force the SOE to remain and to kind of keep the pressure on the people, keep them under the wraps. So that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion at this stage. I don't see any real reason for it.
So Albert Montano says, is a distraction happening to avoid honest discussion about the problem?
Right? So I guess I'm not the only one who sees it that way.
Alice says it's a strategy to extend the state of emergency. No bomb in Trinidad. Rose says, Queen, don't tackle my friend. We go fight for ransom. Little Ron Horner says, the bomb issue was a smoke screen created by the PNM for failure to deliver to the people. How you know that, Little Ron Horner? How you know about that? I know you're back inside.
Yeah, the gentleman, he got back home in time, so he's gonna try to join us. That's what Sim calling me, Dr. Phillips. So I was giving him instructions on how to copy and paste it to himself and send it in an email, because he says he's gonna do it from his computer. So
yeah. Lana says, my opinion is on the fake bomb is to throw off people on the real issues.
I find that and when you look at
the hold on. Smallest says bomb scare, but fire service reached before police and bomb squad.
Well, that is possible.
Takesha want to talk about the president and his statement.
Yeah. If Takesha wants to call in, we should join us for a few minutes later. By the way, I did send you a message. I gave asked Shara to join us for about 10 minutes. She has a situation she needs to address in Barbados. There, so after 9, yeah. But my question is did the president is now saying that she did not receive the merit list? And did you guys see anything from the PSC saying that they sent the merit list back in August? So between the PSC and the president house, the merit list somehow disappeared. And I mean, these kind of documents usually have some kind of protocol where it follows, it gets to the president house. And
wait. No, Gary. Remember when Abdullah wanted to take a mail? They said put it in a cardboard box.
No. That is something different. This is between the commission and the president. This is an official authorized document. This is not something that's trying to storm the president house.
But Gary,
there's a process involved.
But Gary, it's the possibility that it was sent and she didn't get it.
That's possible. But do you hear what I'm saying? So
she's just saying she didn't get it. She ain't saying it wasn't sent. She's just saying she didn't get it.
Right. So what I'm saying to you is no, between the PSC, between Bliss, Sipasad, and the president's authorized secretary, whoever is there, the list has to be accounted for. So Ms. Sipasad has to come forward and say whether she's really sent the list or not. And then the list don't go to the president house, just it has to be signed for. Those documents has to be signed for. Not just something you throw in the mail and stick it out there. So somebody has to answer. If the president didn't get it, why? Because somebody intercepted the list. Somebody got instruction to intercept the list by somebody. So we need answers. She just can't say she didn't get the list.
But
right?
Fistrick raised a good point, Fistrick, every once in a while, it has raised a good point. Not too often, but every once in a while. every once in a while, it has raised a good point.
How come no camera? Yep. Must have camera. But yep.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. No.
Well, listen. If they have camera, knowing they may just go and pull the film and that too will disappear into the twilight zone.
They go have a camera watching them pulling the film.
They go disappear into the twilight zone. You hear what I tell you?
Nothing disappear, man. No.
Trinidad is in the twilight zone right now. Everything twilight zone.
We need an investigation on the investigation of the investigation.
Yeah.
That is what we need.
And wait now, you can't get water in your house. You're getting water in Parliament. Everybody I say go and they don't want you coming by the Red House and walk. It had water down there. So if Donna Cox getting wet, hey, we can go in there and get wet too. The people in Trumakak need to bathe. Only go down by the Parliament. They have water down there.
Hey, you know, let me say something. Let me say, let's go finish this tangent sometime. Let me do something. Let me put biggest comment up on the
Oh boy.
Up on the screen. Biggest. I go call you smallest for this comment. All right. Okay. I want to go solo here. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I'll do this.
Really drunk on a flight.
Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. All right. Let me do this. Let me go solo out here. Let me go this, right? You know, this is part of the problem that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Now, smallest, I don't know if you're joking. I don't know if you're serious, right? Let me read the comment. Anyone see the video with Dr. Keith Christopher already drunk on a flight with Stuart Young, right? And that is part of the problem that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, right? It doesn't matter if whatever party you support, but whenever you're going to come out with fake news like this, smallest, fake news, you could at least double check and know that that was fake news. I go look for the video for you. I go look for it because I have it saved there. You see, that's part of the problem that we have in Trinidad and Tobago.
So that's that true thing?
No, it's fake news. I have it. I will put it up. Right? But when you come up with those type of fake news, right? That's why the country in the condition that in. We don't want to look into nothing.
You know, we like Bacchanal in Trinidad, okay?
Yeah, but anytime somebody tell you something like this, to me, now, let me give you an example. Gary and Diana. All I hear the audio the fella say, Tom closing down, they're shooting on St. Paul Street, they're doing this and they're doing that. I say, boy, you know what, boy? That just don't sound right, man. It don't sound right. And then a lady follow up with the same information. End up is fake news. So smallest, just double check for me now. Do a little check.
Those people should be arrested when they make that kind of mischief. They should be arrested.
No, just do a little checking now, man. You know, because you see something on social media mean to say that it's true. Right? It's not to mean that it's true. And all smallest, here what you could do. Here what I just do, when I ain't sure, I just put fact or fiction. When I want to find out. So nobody can say, I say it's true. I say, yeah, what to do. Don't use my thing, smallest. Smallest, use agree or disagree. All right? And you'll get the answer. Normally, there's a lot of people that will give you the accurate answer. Right? So, smallest, and anybody who agreeing with smallest, well, we just keep it real in the village. All right? Let me don't spread fake news now, man. You know what I mean? So, think about it. If that was accurate, right? If it was accurate, you don't think it would have been all over the place? You don't think CNC3 would have run that? TV6 would have run that? Synergy would have run that? The Underground Report would have run that? 97.5 would have run that? Right? No, but smallest, you didn't ask, man. Let me see if you ask. Smallest, you didn't ask. Let me see if you ask. Let me see. Smallest, let me go back to smallest. Oh. Biggest thing is researching and asking. Let me see. What? Vulnerable say, I shall all over blaming UNC for yesterday. Oh, God, man. Hey, Chris Watson, boy, welcome, boy. Let me go back smallest. Smallest are going back. Oh, God, the chat does go so fast. Oh, hear this. Smallest here we ask. Anyone see the video with Dr. Keith Christopher really drunk on a flight with Stuart Young? You see? You ask if anyone see the video. I see the video, and he wasn't drunk on a flight with Stuart Young. So I give you your answer. All right? No problem. What? Check Wall Street. Wait now. He says Little Ron Horner, all them stations, including WZYE, is P&M control, so they will never post Rowley junk on a flight. Post Rowley. I will get the video for you. Let me bring in our next guest, though.
Oh, them see we just hold back anything here.
We don't hold back nothing. That shoot guy, we don't hold back nothing in the village here. When you come in the village, we keep it true to power. Look all them kind of videos I play. Look, little Ron Horner, go and sit down in the corner. Dr. Phillips, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good. Very, very good. It's a pleasure to be on in the village for the first time.
Right, so it's in the village with the dark triplets and WZYE
and Gary. Thank you very much for allowing me to guest with you all this afternoon.
Oh man, you're inside and you're listening, man. Diana,
welcome.
You usually first guest taking front, you know.
Oh.
You know, you have to be from Tobago. You have to be from Tobago.
Yes, I'm Tobago born and bred. I reside in Tobago.
What part of Tobago are you from, Dr. Phillips?
I'm a Scarborough man.
Scarborough. My father living in Roxburgh, you know.
My father
from Roxburgh. My father name is Shaki, Mary Down Club.
Oh, that's your connection?
That's my father.
I know Mary Down from way back in the years, man.
Yeah, my father.
An iconic place in Roxburgh. Not that I actually visited. I would drive past, but I know about Mary Down.
Yeah, that's my father, boy. I no joke, you know what I mean? That from years. So Dr. Phillips, we want to we know that you have, of course, Dr. Phillips is a Caribbean professional with experience in development, consulting, entrepreneurship, and civil society engagement. As an academic, his research concentration spans social marketing, heritage preservation, tourism, and diaspora studies. He holds a Doctor of Business Administration degree from UWI St. Augustine and previously earned a Master's of Business Administration from Washington International University. His doctoral research examined the nexus between diaspora tourism and sustainable development. I will leave it right there as far as Dr. Phillips is concerned, because if I go and read all the rest of superlatives, we might be here for the rest of the night. You know,
that's a wise decision. After all, this is Wise TV, right?
I don't think Dr. Phillips have all night for us to read all those superlatives.
Right.
So, Dr. Phillips, the word I hear, the word there that resonates with us here in the village is diaspora. That is an important word as far as we here who don't live in Trinidad and Tobago are concerned. So talk to us a little bit about that when you talk about diaspora tourism. Talk to us about that.
All right, so let me start in the broadest way possible. Our diaspora, Trinidad and Tobago diaspora, would be the persons who are settled abroad. They are living in foreign jurisdictions. They are from the homeland of Trinidad and Tobago, and they live in what we would call the receiving countries. In this case, our largest group of diaspora people reside in the USA. I think our statistics state that we have over 250,000 people living there, but I would conclude that those would be the documented people. We have a fairly sizable number in Canada, about 60,000, and in the UK, about the same thing. This is especially based on the research from the UNESCO 2013, but we've heard comments being made by the government here last year when they were looking at the lockdown and how things would have been affecting our nationals abroad, and they quoted that our nationals are about 300,000, but the vast majority are in the USA. So what we have, what I've been doing, as I said, you just read it, I've been doing the research on the diaspora, or TT diaspora, and the diaspora generally for about 5 to 6 years. And indeed, that is the area of focus for my doctoral study, which looked at the diaspora tourists as an enabler of tourism, of the tourism industry in Trinidad and Tobago. They strengthened the tourism industry. And I am saying right now that the diaspora, when they come home, they bring resources to our country that have not been quantified by any of our statistical agencies. And so I have been able to produce work that points to how the diaspora unlocks the potential of Trinidad and Tobago, unlock the tourism potential of Trinidad and Tobago. I'll stop there for now.
So why haven't government? This is government. This is not just one government. Why have governments in Trinidad and Tobago underestimated the potential of people in the diaspora for years upon years upon years? Why is that?
I think one of the challenges we've had is that across the Caribbean, most people from the bigger countries in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Guyana, and Dominican Republic, Haiti, they tended to focus on the remittances, the financial or cash remittances that the diaspora would send back home, not even come back home, but send back home. And there was very little focus on what else the diaspora would contribute. But in Trinidad and Tobago, we have had some experience with engagements with the diaspora, not at the government level, but via communities. And a lot of the people would respond to their, what you would call it, their alumni, those different groups that have alumni, those schools that have alumni in alumni bodies in the States and Canada and so on. They would get together and put on efforts, but there has not been an official embrace of the diaspora, the TT diaspora, by government authorities. It has been troubling, but I think what has happened now is that there is now a greater understanding that there's awareness, I should say, that the diaspora collectively can make a contribution to national development. And there is still the need for strong policy making in this regard, but it appears as though there are sentiments we are seeing within the government. I would prefer to say that there are policy prescriptions, but right now all I can say is that there are sentiments that seem to indicate that we can really have a broader embrace at a policy level with the diaspora.
Dr. Phillips, they have embraced us, but they've embraced us as being troublemakers, rebel rousers, and irrelevant. Now, go ahead.
Well, I think that the climate in the country sometimes seems to send a signal out there that to our people that probably if they have a critical view, that critical view is an anti-government view. That is not only in Trinidad, that seems to happen in other places. But I believe what has to be looked at is the contribution that the people tend to make. They are eager to put their resources at our disposal. They look for a channel through which that can be done, especially in the area of philanthropy. And like I just said before, the alumni bodies, they actually work with their schools at home. Some of them have programs that they contribute to putting on a wing in a school and all of that. You have some of that going on in the faith-based arena, where you have persons who are abroad and they belong to a certain faith, be it a church, Christian or non-Christian entity, and they come back home or they send resources to assist. But there are individuals who would stir up some positions that may probably give the individual, well, some of the authority figures in the country, the feeling that they're anti-government views. But I do not think that is very widespread. It might appear so, but the point about it is that people have opinions. They are outside of the country. They are interested enough in the country to make a comment, and we should try to find a way to embrace those comments. Some will fall on one side and some will fall on the other side. But the bottom line is, this is diaspora work in action. You are showing that you have an interest in what is going on. You're putting on this program here. You all come on every week, 2 or 3 days a week, I understand. But this largely is an effort to generate opinions and get views in terms of have an exchange of views. So you hear about what is going on in country and you put your own perspectives forward. What is so difficult about that? That cannot be a harsh position at all.
A question from the chat for you, Dr. Phillips. What are the governments, both past and present, doing wrong about tourism? Why can't we be classed as big as Jamaica? Because most tourists know Jamaica. Most tourists know Jamaica.
Okay. Jamaica has a very strong promotional mechanism for the North American market and as well as in the UK. But Trinidad and Tobago has, up until this point, not seen it worthwhile to invest major dollars in the marketing the destination in the US. We have focused a lot on the UK and Europe, especially because in the past you had Trinidad Tobago taking the lead as the resort destination within the Twin Island Republic. But this is one of the areas that I think would now come into the reckoning, because I think we are talking about rebounding. If we are going to rebound with the tourist industry, and I have to quote some statistics just for your listeners to get a better sense of where it is. On average, Trinidad and Tobago has had 400,000, this is in the last 5-6 years, on average 400,000 stay-over arrivals every year, on average. Of that amount, it is reasonable to interpret that about 30%, between 30 and 35% of those people are actually diasporas. Diaspora tourists coming home, but they are not captured in our statistics. They may be captured as VFRs, visiting friends and relatives, because there are no developed mechanisms yet for actually capturing the diaspora. And this is up until 2019. You know, we've had the challenges in 2020. So what has happened in this regard is we are not able to disaggregate the data sufficiently to understand the potency of this 30 to 35% diaspora that visits Trinidad and Tobago on a fairly regular basis. And therefore, the results of tourism are skewed towards thinking conventional tourists largely are responsible for that. You have your family members going into Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, from Atlanta, from North Carolina, from areas in Phoenix. And when they come home every month of the year. So you have what you call very consistent traffic. Very consistent traffic. And this has not been captured in the national data. There are samples that have been taken, but it is not captured in a significant way.
So
we really need is something like a game changer, in that we need to see the people run some programs, and I do have some suggestions which to be tabled shortly. As a matter of fact, I have put forward a few strategies in a chapter for a book that the UE is going to put out on niche tourism. That book is likely to be out by the end of the year, and that should at least begin to get into certain areas, and in that the conversation can really, or the research can really hit home.
I like the words can't even come out. Dr. Phillips, when you look at people from different communities in Trinidad and Tobago that can willing to come back home to assist in the communities. I use myself as an example, right? So at one time, I-95.5 had what's called Laventil Nights. And Laventil Nights was about a program where they're bringing back people who are in the diaspora who lived in Laventil to come and talk to the people of Laventil because they resonate with them. And one time I see they bring back Otto Bolden. And I was like, yeah, I know Otto Bolden. Otto Bolden is one of our best ever runners, best ever athletes. And I'm like, how does Otto Bolden resonate with Laventille? So I asked the person the question. I said, listen, how do you guys have something called Laventille Nights? And you bring back Otto Bolden to talk to people in Laventille. Now, I understand the reason why. I fully understand it. But to me, what you should be doing is looking from someone that came from that environment. So the people that they're talking to, the people who you are speaking to can identify with a person from that environment. So I just feel that sometimes, maybe we trying and, we just get lost in the course sometimes. Just my feeling.
This coming through a little choppy. I didn't hear your last comment.
Yeah, well, what I was saying is about I-95.5 had a program called Lava.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Laventille Nights. I heard
right,
that.
Had a
yes.
No, the radio station I-95.5 had a program called Laventille Nights. Right? You hear me? Did he hear me?
He mean he looks frozen.
Yeah, he looks frozen.
I'm hearing you.
Right. So the radio station I-95.5 had a program called Laventille Nights. Right? And I felt that the important part of that program was to bring back people from the diaspora who grew up in Laventille, right, and bring them back home to speak to people from that diaspora so that I can identify with the people. I look at myself as an example. Whenever I go back to Trinidad, I make sure I go back into the communities of Laventille. I go to the secondary school, I go to the junior secondary schools to speak with the people, let them know that, it doesn't matter where you come from, you can become something and make something of your life. So I-95.5 brought back Otto Bolden to go speak in Laventille. And I felt that was, to me personally, I felt that was a slap in my face as a person who grew up in Chumakak, Laventille. And they didn't even call me and tell me, talk to me about that. So that's my take on that.
Did he hear?
Yeah. I think he kind of frozen.
Okay, I don't know if you're hearing me. I got most of what you said.
Yeah, I hear you.
Indeed, what is happening is that people continue to make these individual efforts to, I guess that would be an empowerment strategy, and empowerment is one of the areas of focus for people from the diaspora. From our research, my research has shown that our diaspora communities, as community groups or as individuals, are very keen on what we call the social improvement or the social empowerment of our people, improving their life chances and so on. And some programs done, as I generally tend to see, by individuals, tend to be like in some associations, formal or informal, and they will among their own programs. That is why I also mentioned the faith-based role as well. The faith-based initiatives by people who are attached to their TNT people, but they are out in the USA, and they would mount group arrangements to come back home and assist. So it is in need of proper direction. As a matter of fact, one of the things I have suggested is that we have something like a register for persons or groups that want to come into the country to hold or organize programs on a philanthropic basis, volunteering, what you call volunteering their services, their skills through workshops and boot camps. We should have a register so that when these people come here to do these things, the local government.
He's slow, he's frozen.
Yeah,
he's probably has to leave and come back again. Take him out and let him come back in again.
He's so on can be aware and can offer some incentive. They can
PNM messing with it again.
Oh God.
Yep. Anytime we get knowledge, PNM has the little Balize wasp have to go and bite up the wire.
I know. All you want to blame. All you want to blame. All you blaming. Just like anyway. Let me don't say that.
Where's Sheriff? Where bring down? Cause the Balize wasp chewing the wire. That's what they're doing. Mm-hmm.
So folks, today, we're supposed to get, I made a mistake,
Oh,
I was
dear.
supposed to get, I had booked Martin George, and I had to apologize to him. I had to apologize. You had to be a big man and apologize when you have to. I'll go see if he will come on still though. So folks, of course, it's In the Village with the Dark Triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. So we had the big news today, right? We had, the so-called bombing, so-called bomb threat in Trinidad and Tobago, right? We had flooding on Lady Young Road in Mover, flooding, all kind of flooding.
Plane
right?
crash.
We had the plane crash, right, as well. Let me see which one I have here. I have one up here.
Funnel cloud.
The funnel cloud. That was yesterday though.
Mm-hmm.
That one was yesterday, funnel cloud.
Mm-hmm.
We have
The parliament leaking.
Parliament leaking.
You can't get no water in Lavantil, but you could get water in all your parliament. Go there and take all the shower. Go and take all the shower at the parliament. If Donna Cox getting drenched. Yep.
This is the flooding on Lady Young Road.
Trinidad is nice. Trinidad is a paradise. Toot, toot. Trinidad is nice. Trinidad is a paradise.
What is really going on, boy?
Right.
Yeah, his device is not connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, he having problems.
Yeah. I tell you, the Balize wasp eating the wire. Interfering.
You see that there are more shooting in Trinidad.
There's no police commissioner.
Yeah, Chris Watson, you have a good question there, boy. Chris Watson, Diana, Chris Watson, where you ask that question. Diana asked Mr. Andre if private corporation make a TV series about Tobago and make the TV show international, would that help boost tourism in the country?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Encourage people to come and film things, there, more beaches and more accessible and, whatnot. Yeah, definitely. But I'm yet to see an ad promoting Tobago, and people are coming out of a almost 2-year lockdown, right? What was the first thing people want to do? They want to go. Everybody trying to look. I'm going. I've been locked down too long. 2 years I ain't get on a plane and go nowhere. I glad for the plane. I glad I taken a flight across the pond. I go to concert. I go in. The people want to travel. Now is when there should be a blitz of tourism ads promoting Trinidad and Tobago and developing the infrastructure to handle these the influx of the people that are going to come. But nobody's thinking futuristically. No one is thinking futuristically. Everybody only thinking to call each other name and who's a imp, chimp, and a pimp. I'm like, oh my Lord, they going there. There we go again. Imp, chimp, and pimp. What I got to do with people hungry, they're tired, no prospects of jobs. They're afraid of the vaccine. They're afraid to get sick. Their loved ones are dropping down dead from the vaccine. I mean, oh God.
And you taking the booster?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, my boots stay in here.
No?
They mandate that I have to take no booster.
No, they mandate, but the CDC and WHO go recommend that you take it.
Well, let them go ahead now. Yeah, the business.
I have seen too many police officers in Trinidad and Tobago die suddenly after this vaccine rollout. So I don't know if we get. I don't know what's up with that. Okay.
Yep.
So,
No, Albert,
so
I am stating facts. The people was on TV. The woman, her husband, and her son did collapse and die after they took the vaccine. I'm stating facts. It was on TV. It was in the news. I'm not making up things when I speak. This is fact. So I'm not we're being monitored.
look the thing
after
with
running
regards to
through
the
the town of
Trinidadians
Hillsborough,
or
made a
Tobagonians
getaway from a
in
13
Grenada.
square mile island with a speedboat. The other 3 men were apparently on the boat. They were chased by the Grenada Coast Guard, and a plane from the regional security system based in Barbados was asked to respond. The men in the getaway boat were believed to be heading to Tobago, just over 100 miles from the southern Grenadine island of Carriacou. We have tonight from Hillsborough, the capital of Carriacou, journalist Raul Patterson. Raul, what is the latest you are hearing from there tonight?
What I can tell you as I speak just about now, the 5 men the alleged 5 men in the daylight robbery of the Cop Bank Hillsborough, they have been taken to the mainland Grenada aboard the Coast Guard, also guided by a second Coast Guard. Also, the boat allegedly used as a getaway boat from the robbery, now been, of course, also taken to the mainland. They left Carriacou just about 6 p.m. Reports said that the men were caught to the eastern side of Carriacou, although as I speak just about now, the situation is still very fluid, as you would understand why. So the officers are still putting the pieces together. So the 5 men caught, they have been taken to mainland Grenada. There are speculations that, of course, they are Trinidadians, but of course we have not yet confirmed that from the police, but they are taken to Grenada as we speak just about now, heavily guarded by a heavy contingency of officers.
Give us the details based on the information you have pieced together of exactly what took place this morning.
Well, just around 1 o'clock this afternoon, we learned that 2 men entered the bank. One wearing a hoodie and, of course, his mask, because he must have masks to, of course, enter the bank now as of COVID-19 protocol. And the both of them entered. And while at the bank, I understand that the security guard, who, of course, I requested an interview from, but he declined at the moment, say that they are a little bit too distraught to speak, but maybe in the near future, he's going to give us, of course, some information. And he said as they entered the bank, now what I learned, as they entered the bank, he asked one to remove his hoodie. And removing his hoodie, he pulled out a gun and, of course, pointed to his head and began going to the teller and robbing the bank. What is also interesting too is that a customer was at a bank at the time, spoke to me a short while ago, and he told me that he was in the bank at the time. And the men came in. He said both of them had a gun. And as they came in, and as the officer asked them, the security guard asked one of the guys to remove his hoodie. He was wearing a hoodie over his head. He pulled out the gun, and the other one pulled out the gun and said, "Everybody, put your hands up and go down on the floor." And he said, everyone went down on the floor. Then one of the guys proceeded to the teller, asked her to pass the money. She passed out the money. Them went rushed out. And after they rushed out, of course, they made their way up to the Esplanade. That's about maybe, I would think, 200 meters from Cop Bank, just on the corner of Middle Street and Main Street. Went into a boat and on the Esplanade, made their way off to the northern side, and apparently made the attack around gunpoint, came around gunpoint and was heading south, and from information they were caught. What I can also tell you too is that there was an eyewitness outside the bank who told me that she saw the 2 guys moving very suspicious. One had a bag, and the bag looked rather heavy, and he was kind of finding it difficult to walk because his pants was falling. And she said the way he was moving, he looked very, very suspicious. Then as the alarm came out, they started running. People started running after them. Understand that they fired some shots. The police ran up after them, by which time they jumped into the boat and they made away. So which means they had 3 guys on the boat awaiting the arrival of the 2 from the bank. I just spoke to a gentleman short while ago, and he told me, interestingly, he saw these 5 guys been loitering around a corner in Hillsborough from since early this morning.
In a statement late Monday, MP for Carriacou, Kendra Mathurin Stewart said, and we quote, "Indeed, the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique are heartened by the swift and efficient action of the local police and Coast Guard, which reflects the improved local security capacity on the island. In recent years, the government invested great resources in personnel and equipment in our ongoing efforts at improved security. Despite that fact, we are determined to review even further some of the local security operations, since this is the second time within 2 years that our very peaceful community has been jolted by what is effectively a cross-border raid by regional criminal elements." The MP further stated, "We are thankful that none of our citizens were hurt during today's dramatic development, though witnesses would have had some trauma since it is unusual in one of the most serene and peaceful jurisdictions in this hemisphere." Unquote.
Take Trinidad, take all your no behavior. Pretty soon they ain't gonna want all you going there.
But
No
I
behavior.
thought Tobago people say it's only Trinidad people that come to Tobago and commit crime. I didn't know Tobago people just commit crime. But I guess
everybody committing crime. Think hard. Think, and not that I condone it, huh? But look.
No, but let me tell you something. Whether you push people to a point, it boils down to survival. No, it boils down to survival.
That's what George Volney said. They ain't come down the hill. They going across the water now. They're going across the water.
Well, listener, go ahead.
We saw what the Venezuelans was coming over to Trinidad, a rich country. I mean, we getting the same thing now. Trinidadians are skipping over to other places. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a crime all over the world, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Just like it's a hunger all over the world.
Yep. But some places it's more condensed.
There we go.
More, you know.
Hey, all you see the 15 PDP candidates, all you know the PDP have a song, eh? What's this one?
Let me fix this.
Let me fix this, boy. Hold on. Let me get this PDP up here. Hold on. And I'll go show the PNM candidates too just now. If I show the PDP, I'll show the PNM, right?
No.
No, I mean no. What's wrong with you? What is that wrong? But I ain't see the song yet though.
Let me fix this. We go fix it. Let me fix this.
Why are you singing that song so?
We gonna chase the crazy bald head.
Tobago, como estas, mis amigos, it's time to vote. It's too much party show, PNM playing with new resto dinero. It's 120 years, still no progress, say adios. Let me fix this, let me fix this. Let me fix this, the bread and butter business. Vote for PDP, vote for PDP, Scott and family. Vote for PDP, so they will come with me. And vote for PDP, inside go, Carmen. Let's fix up agriculture, fix up fisheries, and health also. From Cromwell to Charlottesville, fix our roads, fix our homes. Tell the youth I'm no fair, PDP will be there as my victory. Let me fix this, let me fix this, let me fix this, what a business. Vote for PDP, vote for PDP, Scott and family. Vote for PDP, so they don't come with me. I vote for PDP, it's how it goes. I'm in the narrow. Vote for PDP, vote for PDP, Scott and
So let me fix this, people. That's what the people are saying in Tobago.
The bread and butter business.
They're trying to fix.
As you know, scientists have
What are they going on fix?
Huh?
Hey, Diana, what are the PDP going on fix?
They're going and fix wherever they have a red stain. Wherever they have a red stain, they're going and fix it. Wipe out that red stain.
Green technology, man. You seen it?
That's right.
Green technology.
Look. Ellis said most criminals were afraid of GG, even those in parliament. Afraid of GG. Ellis, but you wish.
So wait a minute. Speaking of GG, the Prime Minister said in the press conference that a year ago he sent a letter that he lost confidence in Gary Griffith as commissioner. But we all know what happened a year ago, that he was trying to force Gary Griffith to arrest people unlawfully and go in people's house. And Gary Griffith refused to do that. And he can't break the law. You have to enforce the law.
But Gary Griffith went into Foster Cummins' place to make a spectacle, and nothing happened. They went in the DSS
Prime
place,
Minister
take all the money, and they don't carry back the money. Gary Griffith is a bandit just like the rest of them. He's a bandit too. He went to the DSS and take all the money. Went to the police to court Tiffany money.
Wait a minute. Where the DSS money come from? What is the meaning of DSS?
From that's why they had to give it back, Gary.
No,
it's legitimate people money. Gary had to give back every penny.
Legitimate people money. What's the meaning of DSS?
Susu. That's Susu.
Susu? What kind of Susu?
A regular Susu. You put a hand and you get back.
Say the name. What do you mean in a DSS?
I don't know.
I don't know what the name is. Only what's the name? People in the chat go to
what did he stand for?
DSS again.
What did he stand for?
I don't remember what it is.
Diana.
Yeah, but all they talk about that now. People only want to run. Gary do this and Gary do that and Gary do the other, right? What is it? Drug Susu? Nah, that's not the name. It's Drug Susu.
Drug Susu.
No, they make up that name.
So what is the meaning of it then?
Susu.
No, it ain't just Susu. What did D stand for?
Let me Google it. What is DSS in Trinidad? Let me Google it.
Anyway, we saw the police personally taking funds for themselves. I think that was not only the place, that happened in another place where the police was caught on camera.
Gary, you see that? DSS, they had no right to mess with that. I know my mother used to be in a Susu. That's what she used to buy things to me sometime.
Yes, nothing wrong with Susu. We all grew up in that. But what I'm saying to you is the investigation could be on, they have a way of cleaning money, right? Okay, and certain people money was involved and the investigation could be on that. So until we clarify the legitimacy about the money and who's involved, you give back the money, yes, you unlawfully took the money. I mean, some of the officers that we have seen before in some videos where the police took money and put it in their own pockets.
Well, Gary,
why DSS?
It's drug Susu in truth, But I don't think that's the type of drugs they're talking about there.
So you don't think they're cleaning drug money there?
Nah.
Drug Susu? Why name drug Susu?
Gary Griffith had to give back every penny.
Nah, but this is a gangster thing, man. This is not.
If it was drug Susu, why he had to give back every penny? The bandit went and robbed the people. The bandit went and robbed the drug Susu, and they had to give back the drug Susu every penny.
Who's the
bandit robbing bandit? That's what it is.
As far as I'm concerned, DSS stands for Dashing Soup and Saltfish.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but why they had to get back the money? The Tikisha, right? The DSS have plenty people. I know that. My mother was in Susu.
But why is it called drug Susu? And why is it allowed to get away with a name like that?
I can't say that.
Why is it allowed to operate in Trinidad and Tobago? You see what I'm saying to you? it's a gangster land, man, and it depends on who you know and who you're connected to. You could do certain things and get away with it. You know, I mean, look at this Sharon guy who was operating, right? Look at the RoboCop guy. All this thing, the police know who they was. The police know what they're doing. Certain things were done to shut up certain people when the police try to cover up their own self. Or who involved?
Gary, you see, how all your the Tiki say right. The people in the ghetto trying to make some legal money and not go and stick up nobody and put no gun to nobody head, right? They trying to make a legal set of money, right? The bandit
and calling it drug susu.
The bandit, the number one bandit, Gary Griffith, right? Went, all right, let me call them bandits too, Drug Susu is bandits. The number one bandit, Gary Griffith, went and robbed the other bandits. They robbed them.
Okay, but did Gary Griffith take personal possession of the money, or it was gone into
nobody let it. He was in need. The bandit went to rob the bandit. And when he robbed the bandit had to give back the bandit and the money.
Tobago, watch it.
Yeah. Folks, it's in the village with the dark triplets and WZY 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. We'll be right back. Yes, he's a bandit. That's why he's a civilian now. He's a civilian. Bandit robbing bandit.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
So listen, we are back with you. Listen, if Albert Montano,
you are listening to
I talking gibberish. Hollowfield, did the police have to give back the fella all the money? Did the police have to give them back every penny? That's all I asking. Only answer that question for me now.
But I asking you another question. Did Gary Griffith personally take money into his possession? He didn't take the money personally.
He gave them instructions to go, Gary. You see, Gary, you want to say Dr. Rory is responsible for certain things, right? Gary Griffith was his COP. He not responsible. He didn't tell them all.
He is responsible for his man. If they took money into their
if they took money, you didn't see the video of the fella stuffing the money or what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If the police took money, like we have seen in other videos, into their personal possession, then the police commissioner has to deal with them, right? And it took too long for them to be dealt with, number one. And the other thing is, if they went in there without a warrant, that's another thing. All right, we don't know. I mean, I don't know the details of it, how they was able to access the property, what authorization they had to enter and seize. I don't know. I don't know if all the money was returned.
The police responsible for that. And Nizam, you're right. Thief from thief make God laugh. The thief went to thief from the thief, right? So the DSS was thieving, right? And the police went and thief their money. And thief from thief make God laugh.
Wait, hold on a second. Nobody said DSS thief. Drug dealers are businessmen. They're not thief.
But there was no drug dealers, Gary.
Hold on a second. You have to clarify. It has some drug dealers don't thief. They trade. Okay?
No, but then DSS is not a drug dealing.
But that's the name of the thing. Drug susu.
Gary, come on, Gary.
Look who invested.
You know about susu?
I know about susu, but what I'm saying to you, this particular organization was called Drug Susu, and there were big money involved there. And where the big money come from certain people.
But Gary, if it was illegal and they were selling drugs, police could keep the money.
Hello, there was
they
no drug song, you know.
Every penny.
Listen to me, you're not missing the point. They're cleaning the drug money. That's going on for years in a lot of country.
Gary, you saying poor people who trying to eke out a living.
There was not poor people.
Pandemic.
Not all. This thing wasn't made up only of poor people. And what was the processing fee for joining the Susu? What was the take on the person running it? What percent were they getting?
I don't know.
Yeah, we had to watch that. Like some people.
Gary, and what if they're taking a percent? What if they're taking a percent?
I'm just saying.
Is that not illegal?
No, it's not illegal, but it's where the money originated from some of the people involved.
Look, Takesha, you're right. Police soldiers, businessmen was in the Susu. Albert Montana, right. I was in Susu working at St. George County Council in 1964-65. And in 66, the metal box in Trinidad Hilton. But always get back what I put in. The people was getting the money until they run racket with it and start to talk all kind of thing and get line up people to say they ain't getting the money. Come on, man.
So
one set of bandits, all of them.
What was the reason for the police going there and seizing money in the first place? What
bandits? Because they were bandits. They wanted to stop poor people from making a little money. That's what it is. And they had to give back every penny. So they was wrong. They was wrong.
I mean, I cannot comment based on, I don't know the details.
Bandits and the police and soldiers who gone in there was bandit too. Look, the fellow was thieving the soldier, was thieving the money. What is he? The man gonna come out thieving the people money.
And nothing done about it.
Nothing done about it. What one thing?
And is that not the first place? That not the first businessman who experienced that? That's not the first businessman who experienced that.
Look, Fistic say, look. I'm reading your first part, Fistic. Now I'll go read it. It's really... it's really Dr. Keith Christopher already made a big thing about DSS. That's how Guy Griffith went there and mashed it up. UNC members, they joined this Susu also. Yeah, Fistic. Everybody was in it. Everybody. Takesha, you're on a roll tonight because they wanted to stop people from eating our food. Yeah, a little small thing again, a little kakada, because they wanted to stop people from eating our food. They don't want the poor people to rise up and the Susu help lots of people feed their family. I know that. Susu help my family feed me. They want to mash it up.
A lot of people.
That Gary Griffith, boy, Gary Griffith is a loser. He's a loser. Second highest murder rate in the history of Trinidad and Tobago under Gary Griffith. The third highest murder rate in the history under Gary Griffith. He's a loser.
No. You trying? You have to have more evidence than blaming the man on that. You can't evidence like that.
By facts, Gary. By facts.
Gary Griffith was a head transplant into a rotten body in the first place. Okay?
Look. Let Gary Griffith go and lead the Pepto-Bismol party, eh?
Lot of them was undermining him within that force there. Okay, a lot of them. A lot of politics was involved too. And then Doctor Ollie couldn't get him to do his dirty work, so this is why he lost confidence.
What dirty work? He was doing it by himself. He went and raided Foster Common House. Why?
Oh, Shara's in the back room there.
Yeah, see. Why they went and raid Foster Common House? Why?
They're looking for
something. Then Guy Griffith will come out and say, no, they didn't raid Foster Common House.
That could be something, listen to me. That could be something within the party, somebody orchestrate that, So that had to be nothing outside, Somebody tried to put pressure on some pressure. Under instructions.
Look, Ellis Island. Wall Street, you was in it too. So take your payout and buy that old suit. Yeah, I buy your suit by a Pennywise. A penny. I know. Listen, you can't be Pennywise and pound foolish. That's what I said, Anna.
Bring it down. Let's get a couple of minutes to that.
Ellis, well, Ellis, you can buy this suit, Ellis. Watch, look, Hollowfield. Charles, stay right there. Hollowfield, answer your song in ignorant now. Gigi is an accomplished national hero. What hero? Hero for who is a hero for? But he's a zero.
The man have
He's a 0
approval rating from the population.
Boy, you better drop that H and pass Z. Who's a hero?
But Anselm, he had an extra element of the Venezuelan criminals running through the country.
But you see what I clean up everything, Dana? You see what I clean up everything?
He had a government undermining him too.
But how can you be successful if you have people within the organization undermining you? The prime minister had no confidence in him for a year now. So poor fella, he's swimming against the tide. Right?
You know why he didn't have confidence in him? Because he going about the place calling people cockroaches. And after the prime minister see what the murder rate was under Gary Griffith, he lost confidence in him.
No. It's
I lost confidence in him too.
But Anselm, you can't. That murder, the murder rate for Gary Griffith, you can't chastise him for that because
Diana Benskin, Gary Griffith said, judge me on the murder rate. Gary Griffith said that.
But Anselm, if you have the what you call it, the Ministry of National Security not securing the borders, and these hardcore criminals coming through and infiltrating and doing what they want, you're putting that on Gary Griffith.
No, but hold on a second. Yeah, let's deal with Sharon, then we'll come back.
Hold up. This last one. Yeah, the other one. Fantasy Island. I mean Ellis Island.
Oh,
Gigi.
Was a captain.
He was a captain. A minister, he get fired. A top cop, he get fired. That's hero for you. That's the kind of national hero they like. Right? Yes, he's a hero. He's a firing hero. The man as a minister, he get fired. As a top cop, he get fired. And he's a hero. Look.
There's the Balize.
But I don't do no Balize.
Yeah. Who said they had no confidence in the head of the Balize?
As a minister, did he get fired?
Who said they had no confidence in him?
Wait, answer the question now. As a minister, did he get fired?
I don't know. You are tell me.
He didn't get fired because the job he was doing,
Look,
get fired because his shift was
I'm going to talk from Beijing from
Diana Benskin. Every time Rowley back come, that shake and firing people. You see Rowley firing people now? All when she barking, she doing it. Say Rowley firing anybody? See the AG stay there? But the minute Rowley open more come down with that fire people.
Yeah, the next one come. Breadstick. And Sam, you could be the best commissioner and your officers corrupted. That's something big in Trinidad, and we blame the top man. So let's stop blaming Dr. Rowley, man. Where is that one? All right, I never blame the worst commissioner in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, Gary Griffith.
Well,
I never blame Dr. Rowley, but I want to get Gary Griffith that pass. What is that? Why?
Ain't you say the fish don't rotten from the tail?
Rowley come up in this process. Rowley's part of the process that nurtured.
But Gary, you want to give Gary Griffith that pass?
No.
Right? You know what Gary Griffith do? You're corrupted in Toko, I go transfer you to Cuba. Like if when you move from, like if you take the boy out of the country, you take the country out of the boy.
All right, let's bring Shara. Come on.
Shara, come and bring a drink for me, yes? Bring a drink for me, Shara. I want a drink from Barbados. Where's the Barbados rum, Shara? Where's the kind of money at Barbados?
No, Shara, don't get
in Barbados, Shara.
Don't get
in. Where's the rum? Give me a drink tonight. I want a rum tonight.
I'm
drinking rum tonight, straight. I don't put ice in it.
Get him monkey sweat to drink.
But I don't care if you give me donkey sweat to drink. Any kind of sweat. Give me that drink in it.
Sweat.
Donkey? I can drink that too. What is that?
Get him green sweat? Monkey sweat.
Green monkey?
Green monkey sweat, yeah. That's the drink we can give you.
Green monkey. I'm drinking that. Anything. Give me anything to drink. Give me
Shara,
anything I'm drinking tonight, Shara. Shara, how are you?
Shara, we're going on in Barbados.
Listen.
Shara, these people in China make me mad.
I don't like when you're mad, Ansel.
Yeah, you know I'm mad. Yeah, they're not good. I'm telling you. They
I
don't
realize
like.
tonight is a real serious night too because it's the first time I'm seeing you on the show in a suit.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna prove myself there.
I watch the color now. The color that them Balize people is be wearing.
This is not red. You see that is red? You
I
see that is
say
red?
hello.
Do you see that is red? You
I
don't even know
never
your
said
color yourself.
I never said the color was
Sarah,
red.
send your glasses for Diana, please.
But them Balize people will be wearing that shade.
What shade? There's no red.
Did I say it was red?
But at a Zoom meeting tonight, everybody compliment me. They say, "Handsome, you look so splendid tonight." Oh,
Yeah.
what was the occasion?
He wearing the Balize suit. He applying for the job of top cop.
Yeah, I could do that better than Gary Griffith. I could apply for that job and do it better than Gary Griffith.
Nah, they ain't gonna listen to you.
No, they're gonna listen to me.
Nah, they ain't gonna listen to you. They ain't gonna listen to you.
All right, Sharon, how are you doing?
I'm going good, thanks. I'm doing well.
What's going on in Barbados?
I'm tired. Things are all right, I guess. Just trying to do our best with our COVID situation because the community spread, the numbers aren't really that fantastic right now. So that's a strain on the healthcare system.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So just trying to manage that as best as possible. But outside of that, I still have really one person right now who I help on a consistent basis. So I was speaking to Gary earlier, Gary Javier, just to clarify that. And yeah, I was just telling him, I have my student here, etc. And I have to get some funds between now and Sunday, which is like about $450 US to help her with some medical costs. So I know that everybody is pretty stretched, but if anybody can donate or if they can share my details with somebody who is willing to donate, I would really appreciate it. And so would she.
So Shara,
yes.
Send me a message, all right? Send me a message.
I will.
On WhatsApp, yeah.
No problem.
And what else is happening? What else is happening in Barbados? Yeah, all you can go and bathe, or you can't go and bathe.
We can go and bathe.
To the beach, by the beach?
Yes. I think we just can't go once we're in curfew, and curfew is still 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. But similar to Trinidad, there is a discussion now about having safe zones. So we'll see how that's going. Politics in Barbados is getting interesting right now as well.
Whoa. What is the one to do what? Safe zone? What?
Yeah, safe zones.
What? Me and Motley want to go down that road?
Well, there's been some discussion about it.
Madam.
What about children going to school? Are children allowed to go to school unvaccinated?
No. Well, they're not in school right now. They're all doing online school.
Okay. When is school going to open back,
Well, that's a good question. I guess when they get a certain level of vaccinated students. I know, I think it was last week, for instance, there was somebody who spoke to some students, the ones who are unable to get the vaccine, and, really implored them to speak to their parents to get the vaccine because that would, assist with reducing the numbers of those who are infected with the virus and being so negatively affected as well. Because I think it was last week we had a 32-year-old die from COVID. Prior to that, I think we had a 36-year-old. We've had 7 people die, I think, within a 3-day period, which is very high for us. Our death rate right now is over 100. So things people really need to just practice the proper protocols, really and truly.
So someone says, I thought Mia said she's not going to mandate vaccines.
Well,
Safe
that's
zone
the
is.
thing. So that's the thing, right? So
Mm,
she's not publicly stating she's mandating it.
mm.
But obviously, by saying stuff about a safe zone
It's
or
the same
getting their
thing. It's
vaccination levels up to X number before children can go back to school, there have been some private companies who have insisted, well, they've basically mandated to their staff that, in order to work with us, you need to be vaccinated. So it's almost like they're putting it now on the private sector and employers and everybody else basically to do the mandating for them, because that's basically what's happening.
So this on top of the plans to
yeah.
turn Barbados into a republic.
Republic, yes, in
Yeah,
November.
JJ
that
Sniper,
ain't
that's a very good question. Go
that
ahead.
ain't gonna go down too good. That ain't gonna sit
Well,
too well
well,
with the
well listen,
Bajans.
Sarah.
And this week, the second minister has stated that they will not be running in the upcoming election. So the minister of health, he stated that he is not going to be running. And no, he stated this before, but it was just brought back up, I guess, for emphasis. He will not be running in the upcoming election again. And the minister in the Ministry, I guess, of Culture within the Prime Minister's office, John King. He
John
is not
King.
going. John King, yeah, he is a former Calypsonian as well.
Yeah, that's my friend. He's not
Okay,
going. He's
right.
not gonna run.
He's not running again. Nope.
Oh
So,
boy.
so Sarah,
Yes.
are people now losing confidence in Mia Mottley because she talked about mandatory vaccine and she was an exemplar for people in the Caribbean with respect to no mandatory vaccine. And I'm going to talk to people and I'm going to have a discussion. And now it seems like she's, going the other way of all the other Caribbean prime ministers and presidents.
I'm not sure if people are losing confidence in her. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I just feel like they just want clear dialogue as to what it is you want, because like obviously if you're not stating everything very precisely but like giving hints to, like people are going to start making their own assumptions, and then you have these various discussions coming about. So to me, it's either she says you mandate it or not.
So, Shara, someone asked the question, do you know about Trinidadians in jail in Barbados?
No, I'm not aware of that. Why, was there something recently? I mean,
I don't know.
I
I
know,
just
I know,
somebody.
I know that there are people from different jurisdictions who would be in jail here for whatever reason, to be honest with you. And that has been the case for a number of years. So I'm not aware of anything very recent that would have really been a highlight of discussion.
No, I want to think. I don't think. I think if Mia Motley should go back on the way she talked about mandatory vaccination, I think she'll lose a lot of credibility with the people of Barbados because.
Well, there are many issues there, Ansam, because for instance, for children to go to school, they are supposed to get the MMR. I know when I was in class 4, which is the year we would have done common entrance. I think it was that year or the one before, we would have gotten our BCG shot as well. I know when I was going into community college, I had to get certain vaccines in order to be able to enter. So it's a part of life here for education purposes. I guess it just so happens that right now, COVID, because of, when it came into like the society, etc., we have this issue now where everybody who can have the vaccine is being asked to please take it. And obviously now, people are talking about, their rights, their human rights, different things like that. So it's a very ticklish subject to deal with.
Is it possible that people in Barbados have more human rights in place compares to Trinidad, because they are more organized in Barbados
But
More right.
they are more organized. They are much more humble, caring people. I can speak because I've lived in both countries, And you know, Barbadians, when push come to shove, the sheep will do what is best for the flock, and they will obey the shepherd. That's the type of people they
I
are.
can agree with that, Diana. I think we saw it in the last election.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have started to see it now with people stating in order to work beyond the front lines, different things like that, you need to be vaccinated. I think they've heard enough. I think they've
Mm-hmm.
seen enough as well, and they understand also. At the end of the day, our economy is a heavily dependent
On
tourism
tourism.
economy,
Mm-hmm.
and in the travel groups, because I've seen it myself, because of the mandates that are happening in the other countries where the tourists are coming from, they're like, well, we want those mandates when we are traveling as well. I know people in Barbados too who all of a sudden, because the mandates are coming from the larger countries that in order to travel there you need to be vaccinated, they are going and
Thank
getting
you.
vaccinated as a result of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
I hear all the concerns, but I mean, like, we cannot change the economy in overnight, in a week or whatever. So I think you need to do what is best to get the economy to where it's like, you know, surviving again. Because really and truly, nobody really knows what is the state of the economy. I mean, we haven't had a budget, I would say, in the last 2 years. We don't really know a clear state of the economy right now, and that's very critical. But obviously, we know that if tourist numbers are down and different things like that, things which affect our well being, our livelihood, we need to do something about it. And hopefully, if we can improve on that, then we can definitely, accelerate the diversification of the economy.
well, at least you guys can go to the beach.
Yep.
Yes, 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 we can.
You guys can go to the beach, you know what I mean? In Trinidad, you can't go to the beach, you know. If you go to the beach, you might be COVID flying around in the water or something, you know.
I don't
Or
know.
there's some
But
COVID fish in the water.
I will tell you, when the beach had its curfew hours as well,
Hmm.
the police used to come to ensure that no foolishness was going on. There was one beach in particular I went to,
You
and
want to come
a
in though?
horn was sounded to let us know 5 minutes, and then it's out the water and go home. The police would come; they would be in the car park just to ensure we were being orderly and leaving at that particular time. So we've been through that. But I think they probably realized that having it in such a way that it was like such a short time frame for people to be at the beach as well, like too many people were going. So it's just
Shara,
best to just leave it open.
All you have any controversy in Barbados with all your attorney general or any kind of thing like we have going on in Trinidad with all your any
We don't have anything like that going on right now, Anselm.
But I hear the police commissioner's position is open though from market vendor.
In Barbados.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He's either retiring or
Yeah, I think
in
he was
limbo.
retiring because
Yeah.
he's of age. So
well he
I
not
think
like a
that's just
lot
following the natural course of the
right,
position
yeah.
and what is stipulated.
Yeah, Shara, he not like a lot police commissioner who just get fired.
Yeah, I've been following that story.
He didn't get fired. His contract was up.
Well, hey, Gary, when they don't hire back means they get fired.
The acting position was declared unconstitutional by the judge.
Yes, I saw that.
Gary, you could try to twist it as much as you
Don't
want.
come with that PNL propaganda here.
Gary Griffith, the former ex-commissioner of police, right, is Gary Mahabir's good friend. So Gary Mahabir will defend him at all costs. You could never say, Shara, don't say nothing bad about Gary Griffith. Gary Griffith go
But
fly down to Barbados and come and look for you.
listen to me. I haven't seen him done anything that was to say that I could go against him for. He did his best to secure the country, and he had to work among the sharks and alligators within the force, they undermine him. Our government give him a job, and the same government was undermining him. You think Stuart Young was supporting him?
All the Trinidadian to Basil there
Hey, you
and
born in
Boboy.
Trinidad, so watch it there.
I is a
No. She not
Make up your
Trinidadian no
mind.
more.
Make up
beige
your mind.
Gonian. I
Make
No,
up your
drop
mind.
no, Gary.
I
Diana,
is a
this one
beige.
Trinidad. She not
I
Trinidadian no
Wait,
more.
can't
wait,
let she
wait,
get away with that, you know. I can't let she
wait,
get
wait,
away with
wait,
that.
wait. I is a beige Gonian. I ain't a Trini. Good. And when I fix one thing, I can tap back the Trini. Right now, I is a beige Gonian.
Okay.
No, them Trinidadian, them, you stay in Barbados, go back in Barbados.
I can't
No,
go
you
back
back
in
in Trinidad.
Barbados. Or me and Motley will take me gladly. I have
Of course, you
land
can come
there.
back in Barbados, into
I
Barbados.
I have land there. I have Shara there. I have my uncle there. I have relatives there.
Yeah.
I is a Bajan. My
Yeah.
mother and father is
You said it just like
Bajan.
how they would say it too.
Go tell them, Shara, I is a Bajan.
I is
No,
a
you ain't a
Bajan, that's
Bajan.
right.
You's a American.
I
That's all you.
is a Bajan.
You ain't no
She's a
Bajan.
You know, you see, Trini can't get that do
She's a
it.
Bajan.
They can't get that do, Shara.
Sarah, all
Hi.
you have any expiring vaccines in Barbados?
I'm not aware of them.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any police officers dropping dead after taking the vaccine suddenly? Maybe,
No, I think we've only had maybe like one or two vaccinated deaths.
yeah.
But
Hey,
the thing is in Barbados, one thing I must say is like even though those figures are reported, they definitely keep their health information confidential. So I wouldn't really like get into that too much.
yeah. Well,
I would leave it at that.
yeah. You know, we how do you prove a vaccine related death? First of all, listen to the press conference in Trinidad. The CMO say the person didn't die of the vaccine; they die of a heart attack. But hello, the vaccine is known to cause that through blood clots, and we had reports of people getting stroke after 3 or 4 days after the vaccine. We had people who died suddenly. We have
But
seen.
look, Colin Powell, he was fully vaccinated. He catch COVID and dead from COVID.
Yeah, but Diana, he also had cancer of the blood as well, so his immune system was compromised anyway.
Yeah, but we have healthy, strong people who just die suddenly in the sleep.
Look, guys, anytime somebody take the vaccine and there are other complications, everybody will say they die from COVID-19.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody.
But the
Most
thing I
people.
think that everybody needs to remember as well is that they never said the vaccine was going to make you immune. They just simply said it was going to reduce your symptoms so that you had a better chance of survival if you caught the virus. And I think that is what's being lost so much. I mean, I hear it here all the time. But the thing is, from the beginning, they have been saying this. I don't know why people just aren't paying attention to what was being said.
But Gary, hold
1 minute. Let me just say hello to somebody. Hello to Michelle McDougall. Welcome to In the Village with the Dark Triplets and WZY 95.9 FM. Will you please say hello to Michelle? Go ahead, Gary.
Hello, Michelle. Welcome, Michelle.
Bye, Michelle. Go ahead.
Bye. Why bye? She left?
I'm messing with her. Oh my God.
No, we don't want the girl take off and leave. Anyway, what my concern
That's how them Bajans just behave.
That's right.
If the vaccine,
that's why you can't talk like a Bajan.
I don't want to talk like a Bajan. Why would talk like a Bajan?
You can't talk like a Bajan. Because you ain't a Bajan. You're from Roxburgh. You're from Roxburgh.
I've been to Barbados once, though.
You've been to Barbados? That don't make you a Bajan.
No.
But Shira is a Grenadian.
Yes, I am a Grenadian.
See? All right, then.
But she living in Barbados.
I is the real Bajan.
She's a total Caribbean woman.
Stop. Word up. Word.
Sorry,
Yeah, so
you
what?
about the five Tobagonians who went to Grenada and rob a bank? No, serious. It's serious. It's true.
Actually, somebody sent me an article with about Trini bank robbers being caught or so, but I haven't looked
Yeah,
at it
yeah,
yet.
yeah, yeah. I don't think I sent it to you. But yeah, they find five Tobagonians. I put Trinidadians. People tell me no, it's Tobagonians. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Trinidadian. The international criminals now.
Yeah.
They're expanding their forte.
That's
Yeah,
very
Michelle,
unfortunate.
where you joining us from? Michelle McDougall, where you joining us from?
And
Put in the chat where you joining us
she
from.
almost had my last name. Hey,
What's your last name, Diana?
McDonald.
Nah, McDougall far from McDonald.
Well, she have MCDO, the rest no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
Sarah,
Shira.
everything otherwise good in Barbados?
Yeah, I just think right now the interesting thing is I think right now the political scene and with the upcoming republic and what's going to happen in regards to elections and so on, that's going to be interesting because some of the political scientists they have already stated that seeing this change with like ministers saying that they're not running in the upcoming election means that elections can come about sooner than we may think. So
Oh, but wait
There
a
might
minute.
be some
The,
ill feelings within the party there. That's why they're not running. Let me
does
see that.
Frondel Stewart still leading the Dems, or they got a new
no,
one?
no, 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 no. The president of the Democratic Labour Party right now is Verla de Pisa.
Verla?
Verla de Pisa.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So did they retire Frondel?
Well, after that disastrous last election, I guess they needed a president
But
for the party, and
he he ain't
she
got
was the person who won.
he ain't got no personality though. He's just a
Not really.
stoic, boring man. Ooh. He's
Rather
got a
articulate, but
yeah. Mm.
yeah.
And he looked like he went Tifa Mango when he was small. He just looked like a fellow walked straight home from school.
Mm.
So
Anyway,
Shari,
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure for you to come in and spend a few minutes with us. We really
Yes,
appreciate it.
thank you very much
Let
for
me before
having
you go,
me.
Shara, you can still go Baxter's Road and get a fish when the night come or no?
Well, remember we have to be home by 9 o'clock, so
Mm-hmm. But you can still go and get fish.
of course you can do all
Uh,
those things. Mia has said that
uh,
she knows we cannot afford another lockdown, so
All
you know
right.
we just have to do our best.
But if I come Barbados, I go in somewhere and skinny dip in the night.
I won't be joining you, Diana.
No, you don't have to join me and skinny dip. Let the
But then
police come
again, you could
and
have a private residence with a pool, right?
no, I skinny dipping by Pebbles.
she giving all your location too. Oh Lord.
No, 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 no. Not
What?
acceptable.
What do you mean not acceptable? I going in the water naked 9:39. That the best water.
Well,
I
then you're
doing
coming in
that.
when we are not on curfew or when the curfew is
I come in,
extended.
and if they catch me bathing naked, what they gonna do?
Diana, I would not like to think of that, so let's just leave it at that.
Shara, it's always a pleasure, Shara.
Yes, it was lovely talking with you all. Thank you for having me.
All right, so guys,
Good
just in
night,
case.
Okay,
everyone.
Okay,
Shara.
take care.
Love you,
Take care.
Shara. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
But people can't go and bathe naked in the sea. Well, I go with my blue soap.
And boy, they will lock you up they will lock you up
Why they
so.
gonna lock me? No, nobody ain't locking up me. Trust me. I come from a very let me put it privileged family.
Oh God, fish stick, that is a good one.
What was
Fish stick, they are the one on flying fish. Fish stick, oh God, that is the best one. You know, look on. Them fish leaving Barbados and going back to Tobago, boy.
Now you know why I go and bed.
Them flying fish, them flying straight to Tobago.
What Ron say he have a canal by he? I am not bathing in no canal, Ron. I going in the sea with my blue soap.
You see, I know where we see the time with that fella for, you know. Right. Let me see what up next here we have, boy.
Hey Adrian, come on in and give us some knowledge.
Oh, Adrian there?
Yeah, he's supposed to come. Come on, I sent him the queue. He gonna come in. He listening, so he know to come in. He gonna log in a minute.
I ain't seen him there.
I tell you, he'll log in a minute. He listening for my cue. Come on in, Adrian, and give me drop some knowledge on me.
Where's the next one here, boy? Where's the next one we have up? Let me see what we have in here.
It have a canal by he come and skinny dip. Ugh.
That fella.
Diana is not no canal. Is no canal. Thank you, Rose. Diana is not no canal. Thank you. I going in the sea. What?
All right, I want you all to listen to this one. Listen to this one.
There are so many people in the world.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That's what I say.
Yep.
That's
Celebrate
what I say,
life. Somebody said to give back your grandfather the suit after the show.
You know, I know who that is. That could either be one of two persons. Either that is Little Ron Horner.
Stop. Don't go no further.
Okay, all right. Look how I know. I didn't even see it. You're a fish sticks, boy. When you come to the village, you gotta get a little bit of strength to it, a little bit of, it's not just all talk sometimes, you gotta really celebrate life, man. We gotta enjoy life. You see what's going on with this pandemic, boy? You never know. You really never know. So we have to enjoy this life we live in here.
You guys, so what happened to Colin Paul, right? I mean, he says
Don't let them politicians divide us, man.
Nope.
Don't let them politicians divide us. And we letting the vaccine divide us. You understand? The vaccinated
and the politician making this vaccine thing an issue. I mean, before they get it in Trinidad, there was no issue, but they're making it an issue. And I mean, let me tell you something. I strongly believe that some of these world leaders are under some pressure with this vaccine thing. Tell you the truth, because you see Miyamoti changing she tone.
Gary, you are absolutely correct. The U.S. is donating $300 million to these third world countries for them to make sure and get their population vaccinated. That's facts. That's on the United States, the White House website. And they had a summit, and that came out of the summit. Let me tell you.
I think our Caribbean leaders are under pressure, and they're under some kind of duress to push this vaccine.
Something, boy? Gary and Diana, Curtis Monteshard, good night. I am fully vaccinated, right? And I asked myself, wait now, I took the first dose and the second dose. So at July, I take the second dose in when, boy? Maybe in August, we're in October. You mean almost 3 months later, boy? Them telling me that I had to go and take a booster shot, boy? So they didn't know before I take the first and the second shot that I needed a booster?
Well, I mean, they can't really necessarily know the dance, and they're seeing how things are developing. This is a developing thing. So I mean, there's certain things you can blame them for, and some things you can't blame them for.
But Gary,
what I'm saying to you is,
we could have a fourth booster too, and a fifth booster.
This could be a yearly thing. This could be
we could be getting boosters for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you got to take. This is something you got to take. You got to take it regularly. This is not something going to go away like that. But politicians are not coming clean with us. I mean, listen, if 10 people take the vaccine and 2 had a adverse effect or 1 fatality, they shouldn't cover up that. They shouldn't try to suppress that information. Okay? This is the point I am making. And why are we trying to cover up and suppress this information about people or muzzle people? Why are we trying to muzzle doctors? Why we have doctors under some kind of gag order? It's speaking the truth. All right. So, like I said again before earlier, the CMO said the person died of a heart attack. Well, guess what? Where in the autopsy would show that the vaccine killed the person? Isn't it known that the vaccine is causing these things to some people? Not all people. Some people take it and they're fine. Look, you're fine. You're super fine. You're running around the track, everything. But I mean, I could take the same medicine that you take and have a different effect to it.
Correct.
So
Is right.
why are we playing games?
Correct. Is
why
right.
are we playing games?
No,
I am very concerned.
Good. Yeah.
You know, I'm very concerned about this kind of games that are being played. You know,
look, Richie, that's a good point. No, Richie Solomon, welcome. So they can't test the person before to make sure they don't need the booster shot before giving it?
You can never tell if you don't need it. There's no way to tell if you need the booster shot or not. That's the recommendation to be on the safe side. Being how long the vaccine can last in your body, it's just like the flu shot. The flu shot can only last a certain period of time.
Hey, look, Ellis Island Talk. Wall Street was written in the book of life. It's all written in the book of Revelations.
This is the most controversial vaccine ever because there is some genuine issue with it, and there's a lack of truth involved here. There's an agenda behind this whole pandemic in the first place. This is not a natural pandemic. I don't care who agree or disagree. I'm telling you, my point of view is this is not a natural pandemic. This is a deliberate thing. Where's Adrian? Nothing.
No, I see him here.
This.
Lana says my AstraZeneca shot only for 6 months. After November, I have to take another shot. So wait, 1 or 2 after your second shot, Lana? I don't understand.
Everybody has to take a booster shot.
Zaid say unvaccinated life matters.
So then again, if the vaccine, the point I was trying to make earlier, if the vaccine, and I will keep reiterating this, if the vaccine is not preventing you from getting or spreading COVID, why it is a travel requirement? Why it is a mandatory travel requirement? So wear your mask, your negative PCR test, and you should be able to fly. Why is the vaccine a mandatory travel requirement? I'm asking all politicians here and everywhere. Why it's a mandatory travel requirement when it is not preventing the spread of COVID? Everybody should be masking up just like before with a negative PCR test before they can board. And in fact, I think they should have an actual rapid test before boarding the plane. You know, because you could catch the virus after you take the PCR test. You know, so this 72-hour PCR test is not really something 100% foolproof. So I think they should be tested before boarding the plane. You're supposed to show up a couple hours there before. That's enough time. Show up 4 hours before your flight and get tested and get clearance to go.
A fruitcake. How I only bringing up politics, but then I saying don't let the politician divide us. Help me with that one, fruitcake.
Yeah, and we're not hearing anything from them. What's going on in the neck of their woods? They're not saying anything. Only talking a bunch of.
I don't know what because this month you shared good night. I don't understand what you're talking about. And then Ellis Island saying Wall Street, they trick you. What they trick me into? I know they like me when I have on a suit. All the ladies compliment me tonight, boy. Only thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Queen, thanks for the compliment, boy. Queen compliment me. Rose compliment me. Let me see who else. Lana compliment me. Nadia compliment me. Let me see who else, boy.
Who's the
Rose.
first person going to call in tonight? I want to see who's the first person going to call in the show tonight.
Yeah, Takisha, 973-868-1444. Takisha compliment me. Let me see who else compliment me. Dana, all the ladies in the chat compliment me except you, eh? Michelle complimented me. I'm going down. Who else compliment me, boy? Let me see. Nadia. Claudia compliment me.
I said you're wearing the same hue that the Balize people is wear.
That is not a compliment.
I'm going to your party.
No, but that is not a compliment. You got to compliment me. I
can't agree with you there, Diana. I don't see nothing Balize here about this suit.
Yeah, I just say, Diana, you're looking very splendid for us tonight.
I can't see too good,
fantabulous.
I can't see too good, Yeah, I want peach. That's my favorite color. That's my favorite color shirt.
I will stop giving you compliment. Nadia, compliment me.
No problem.
All kind of compliment I get tonight from the ladies. All kind of compliment. And you know what the men saying? Look here, I want a suit for rattans. I want a rattan suit. Right? Ellis Island say, what Ellis Island say?
Give back your father the suit, your grandfather the suit.
Give back my father the suit. Look Rose say, you look real nice and classy tonight. Hey, Rowley, compliment me, boy. Oh God, Nadia blushing, boy. Nadia say, answer me, look beautiful, boy. Oh God, Nadia.
Any update on that situation in Labantil there during the week? Any update on that?
Which one?
With the spill.
Nah.
Did anybody respond to do anything?
Yeah. They're gonna fix it. They're gonna fix it. Yeah. Ron the MC say, let me compliment you. You're looking better than your grandfather. Thank you very much, Ron. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Ronnie.
He looking better. He look better than the rest of his Balize people.
Ronnie, thank you. What? Only God help you, Wall Street. I don't care. No one can make me take that back. God help me, though. Oh God, Rowley, boy. Rowley, boy. Boy, Rowley say, I'm son, boy. Oh God, Rowley, I'm a partner. Rowley, my partner, boy. Rowley, handsome. You look really splendid in that suit, boy. Hi. Oh God. Rowley. I don't care what I say about you, Rowley. You okay in my book, boy. You okay in my book.
So in the suit, he ain't wall track no more. We is now. He's walk the runway.
Yeah, look. Even Hollowfield says, boy, you took the focus of Diana tonight. Hollowfield, right? You inside?
Yeah, better wear a suit every day.
Hollowfield, what that? You inside? Hey! Don't call the MC from put no name, Rowley.
Yeah. All right. So we want to hear somebody calling in. Answer, give out the number there. 973-868-1444. They hear somebody calling and say something.
Hey, but
listen,
guys, I read this one already. Nadia say, handsome, you look beautiful. Then I read that one already.
You slow.
I read that one already. No, let me read it again. Nadia say, handsome, you look beautiful. Oh God.
Men are not supposed to look beautiful. They're supposed to look handsome.
No, I taking that. What's wrong with you? No, I ain't okay with that.
Right, one coming in there. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Hello, caller, you're on WZY 95.9 FM. Hello, Takisha, you're on WZY 95.9 FM.
Hello, good night, Thompson. Hello, good night, Gary, Diana, the whole crew on the chat. Everybody, good night.
How are you doing?
Good night, sister. Welcome.
Yeah.
Well,
Takisha,
Hines,
Takisha, before you start, you gave me plenty thunder these days, you know.
Yeah, because I don't like what they're doing Lavantil people, and I'm from Lavantil.
Well, I'm from Lavantil too.
Lavantilian, you understand? And you know how to come and tell you what's going on in Lavantil right now. The putting standpipe in Lavantil first to begin people ain't getting water. My mother is 67 years and slim, and my mother had to be timing water by the standpipe. The water ain't coming in the yard through the pipe, and this has been going on for years. Donkey years, from Turnback Alley to Larizor Street, to La Cooley Street, to the Crescent, to Chumaka, to Block 22. All these places are them. And we have a reservoir to the bottom of the head of the link road back in the days. Because they say from Lavender, so they're supposed to know where I'm coming from. We had a reservoir there. We have a spring, which is to the top of Lavender Road by between La Cooley Street. No water. It's about a certain time of the year, the spring does raise and come out to 2 people yard. Beams of water running out 2 people yard, cracking up the foundation. They could not cap the spring for people to get pipe on water. But when there was building Rose RC School, the contractors and them, which is NH contractors, could have capped the water from the spring in order to use the water there to build the school. People can get water around, they can do the same thing. Don't talk for crime. Yes, Gary Griffith do. He knows shopping is in between as a commissioner, crime was doing. But to me, like some people that afraid the word Gary Griffith. You understand? Because since it have no commissioner, the whole place gone wild. Until every day is shooting, every day, and nobody's not focusing on the crime rate in the country. It's mad. This in Port of Spain, I'm saying, it's real madness. And don't we talk about the president? What going on with the president? All these bombs and things the same, the fining and thing. The place in lockdown yet. A second bomb by the 20 hours a day, the place in lockdown, something fishy. The people then stupid. I for once ready to run out of my mountain. I don't go nowhere. I don't go nowhere. I afraid COVID. Me taking no vaccine. Sorry to say it. Members in my household take the vaccine and it's real side effects. My 12-year-old went out last week Saturday to get the vaccine to go out to school. And since he take that vaccine, my son is vomiting. To talk for my husband, who take it a couple of months, have problem. And he went to get a medical checkup, which he wasn't suffering from anything. And he take this Sinopharm vaccine. And today he's suffering with chest pain. My 12-year-old son went to take the vaccine. And every time he eat, he vomiting. I cry my mom top, they say, well, give him, everything is Panadol. Everything is Panadol. And imagine, we healthcare system, we don't have Panadol, so you have to buy it. Thing you cannot get free, you have to purchase. What really going on?
Well, Takesha, all I can say is that I don't think things can get any worse. Things have to get better. Things must get better. It must get better.
Yes, you say the standpipe is a good initial, yes. But I back in the days, in my days when I used to live Shouter Hill and the Crescent, I could have walked to school in peace and stand about standpipe because everything was standpipe back in the days. You can't do that again. You can't do that again because bullets have no eye. It's a risk. It's even a risk to go by the standpipe to catch water. Just imagine that. That is how it's out of hand. It's ridiculous. They're going back in time. People don't want to buy no standpipe. People want water through the taps. UNC did a lot for Laventille. I don't deal with politics. But I'm telling you, UNC make Russell RC School Bell. UNC had a project with East Port of Spain Development would give people flush toilet in years, concrete bathroom. UNC did some things to the people of Laventille, and the people of Laventille, yes, we born up here and then we go die up here and then by the strategy. But people living back in the days and Eric William and them days, it's not about UNC and PNM. It's about who could make this country go forward and stop
1 minute here.
This one blame on that one, that one blame this one. You understand? And I'm not agreeing with this government 100%. I'm not agreeing with them. They're not for the people. They're not for the people. Number one, I was being victimized from them so I could talk. You understand? They're not for the people. That is why the place have so much of crime. People ready to come out of the mountains. I for once ready to run out of the mountains naked and sell. This is too much of pain. Things what I could have do before. Until I can't even do. I can't even do. My family, I lost my son to the crime rate. I lost my son being stranded out there and to get back home. Everything just went haywire. I cannot forgive.
So Takesha,
tonight I watching on the news.
Takesha, hold a minute. Takesha, just call us back. We gotta go for a quick station identification, okay? So call us back, okay? All right, call us back.
You are listening to WYEFM
Of course, folks, it's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. You got to go for a quick station identification. We'll be right back after this short message. It's in the village with the dark triplets.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Somebody say you're gonna your pants because UNC fixed Laventille.
You got a t-shirt, call back in. Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
So you see what I'm talking about, Sam?
Wait. Takesha said UNC did certain things in Laventille. How could that be UNC fixed Laventille? You know. I Takesha, you're back with us. It's in the village of the dark triplet. Yes. Go ahead, Takesha.
Back to the UNC topic with Laventille.
Yeah.
I lost my work. I was working customs. I lost my work protesting for Russell RC School. I was on the radio station with Aisha Wells. She did me very well. Because all of us from on the ground. You understand? As one could say things or certain things with Kingsley. It's not about where you could get when you want to be an activist. And when you say it for your country, it's not about handouts and not about money, no. It's about being real. You understand?
So you're saying Kingsley is not real?
Something just for the money.
Takesha,
You understand?
Takesha, you're saying Kingsley is not real?
Answer me and be kind of shaky in between because at the end of the day you have to stand your grounds. This is how you say as a PNM. You don't care whether the PNM do, you still stand your grounds as a PNM.
No, Takesha.
One minute you're moving with Jack Warner, and next minute again you're moving with UNC. You're confusing yourself.
But Takesha, don't you rather that a person be consistent with their behaviors and try to fight? You know, because Takesha, all of us have kids, right? When your kids misbehave, you don't put them out. You know, you try and see what you can do to make things better. That's how I look at it.
These people and them call themselves activists, right? And I know a lot of things going on in the ground and they're not speaking about it. Not speaking about it. If you're on the ground and you say it's activists, you're supposed to talk about things like the crime rate in Laventille, things like water in Laventille, Amsim. If you say you're activist, you're supposed to know exactly what's going on in your community. You just do half step. You put your best foot forward because it's today or tomorrow. If decide from today an activist and you want to go up as a councillor, how you want the people to vote for you first to begin? And you only on one side. You only focusing on one thing. That's how the thing how it is. And the place go on wild, or they're living in Trinidad, or you're going to know a few what's going on, you understand? But on the ground, the place going wild. The inside, and some you're frightened to even take a taxi in this place. I sure you might be reading about the papers of the girl who went to look for work. She was looking for work through the papers, and on she location, she reaches Chagonas, and she finds like the best time when she meet to go and meet this work. She finds something funny. Is when it is Poppy trying to pull up to lead her to cry at her house to rape her. I have an 18-year-old with 6 passes going Roy Tech. And she telling me, Mommy, oh gosh, the place 10 years, I want to work beside her, still going to school, I still doing my studies, but I'm afraid, I'm slim. I'm afraid the place scary. It's really scary. Imagine I had to cry my girl shopping to buy knife and acid. Because I'm telling them I ain't going down the road. I'm not going down the road. I train them, my girls, and send to use a knife. I'm not supposed to be doing these things in my sweet country called Trinidad and Tobago.
I would advise her not to let the girl travel by herself. We have seen too many kids missing, so I prefer she goes with her. Somebody go with her.
I mean, Takesha, I know that you are on the ground, and I don't know what you are going through. You absolutely know because you are there, and I mean.
But this is what we want to hear, Ansem. We want to hear their side of the story. You know,
well, no, that's why, of course, you know, we have to listen to what she has to say. You know,
and to me, it's safe to walk through the city of Port of Spain. You're not safe. You're not even safe to cross. You're not even safe to cross Duke Street, from Duke Street to Frederick Street. These just ends because you don't want nobody to say if you're from on this side or from on that side to get caught up. Nobody's not addressing these things. They're not addressing these things. Everybody on COVID, yes, COVID. Pray. These things is plague from the Bible. God say back in the days, go home and pray, call your family and pray. When he say pray, that was back in then. He mean for hold your family and family that pray together and stay together. You understand? Don't study the things of the world, but everybody studying this. Everybody focusing on COVID and have a lot of things that's passing by. As you just preach on the program every time your mother-in-law tell you, a liar has no memory. One to your prime minister, one to the president. All of them is liars and they're forgetting. As I tell you, being stranded, Amson, sometimes I just be home, pulling back on these set of conferences, just watching these people with the lies. The lies. It's where they're going forward. Stop blaming this one. Prime Minister blaming Kamala for almost everything. The Kamala blaming Rowley for almost everything. And what going on? The rich just getting rich and the feeding from on the poor, and the poor just getting more poor. The DSS asked for the susu. Yes, the drugs. The DSS, the drugs, the name alone was a kind of off, but it helped a lot of people. It helped a lot of people pay the rent. People who got thrown out, eventually they get a place, money to pay a place, money to buy food. Police, soldiers, businessmen, people, gangsters was in the susu. And they take it away.
You see, but
you know what? They want the poor people to elevate.
But
they want the poor people to buy a fridge for the car buy a fridge to get ice water to get a churn.
But Tikisha,
stove, they believe in everything they believe in this country for people who going through poverty is eat our food and hush your mouth. That is its plan. When I mean eat our food and hush your mouth, the people are Lavantel or the people are Penal or whatever part of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? Once you're from an area, a download area, you understand? You give the people URP, CPEP, these kind of things. You give all the gangsters and the contract. So when time comes for election, because that was gone in the ground. When time comes for election, they will come and they will give the gangsters. You know what? Pay it over. They will give the gangsters the contracts on them to go out there, either do a pavement, Pechale Road. You understand? So when the gangsters them get the contract, the gangsters go tell the followers on them to go out there and vote for who party they want to put there. You understand? So crime could stop or no. Because just as how Imbert son lost his cell phone and he saw in 2 2s they find it, crime could solve in the country if they 1 to 2 years they can't solve. Nobody telling nobody to pick up a gun and kill nobody, Mr. Rowley, nobody's to blame for that. But they could solve a lot of crime. They could solve a lot of crime, and so there's a send a man to jail for bail, and a man in jail for a whole year, 2 years, you could hold him for a little joint or a little bag of weed or something, 2 years, 3 years. Do something, but you still convict this person, you send this person to jail 1 time. You understand? The police, so talk for the police. And Sam, you know what I see last night?
Mm-hmm.
Police driving and police want to pass. And a man, he not looking to go up on top of the culvert on our pavement, for the police to pass. And like the man mumbled something. And so when the next police vehicle stop in front of the man, drag him out. This is a big man I talking about, a big man. Drag him up without even caution him in nothing. His legs kick up. The man gets so much a kick on the ground until eventually the man could not even go back to his vehicle and drive his vehicle. All you're creating monsters in this place. Because if I, as an honest person in this country, and I see the police advantaging me, be telling me that going on turn me to the fact that I have no trust in all you, because all this to protect and serve. The police have a lot of things to do with this crime what's going on in this country and all too, especially in Port of Spain. Because if they know you're from this area and that area you're warring, they just come and they just wrongs you up. If they find every time they buzz the block, I'm talking from on the ground. If they find out the buzz the block and they ain't get nothing and they find your name calling, the pass wrong and the rough you and the cry you in your enemy zone, to drop you. So you have, if you dare your body wounded, if you come back to your zone normal, you come back to your zone normal. That's exactly going on. The walk up to your saying name before you could even answer is pause up. I ain't against the police that are working on, but some of them too corrupt. Some of them too corrupt. The police and them just come on the block for the tax. The tax in these men and them and all too. So the crime can't done. And a lot of people know exactly what it is taking place, who call themselves activists, and they're not saying anything because what the someone who done one side, everything on one side is not about race. Why it is, everybody trying to divide Trinidad and Tobago. We are mixed up cultures, we are Indian, Chinese, black, red, white. However it is, we have in the country, don't divide us. That is why the place how it is. Time for everybody to unite and move forward. And it starts from the head, which is Kamala and Rowley. Time for them to stop blaming one another and come and unite a way forward. Mr. Rowley, well, I find a stranger call him Mr. tonight. So you get a little play for me. You understand? It's time he come together and say bygone is bygone and all they move forward. He in power now. He and Kamala come together and they come do something with the country. Don't let the country go down. The country going on devastated. There's somebody saying in the chat the other day that the country, the ship sinking. The ship don't sink until it sank. That is all I have to say, Ansel. All have a blessed night.
Takisha, thank you so very kindly. We appreciate you all the time.
No problem. Thank you, sister. Thank you. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah. What do you want me to say?
You're getting real information there. This is what we need. People to call in and say it is as it is.
Let me tell you something, right? Let me come on camera. I was made privy to a live a young lady conducted at the home of a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, female citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And she was asking the lady certain pertinent question. And the lady, she's obviously ailing. And she, said, in a nutshell, without disclosing personal information, a certain hospital in Trinidad and Tobago give the woman too much of chemo. So wherever the side effects of that is, she's suffering from that. And she has issues with these, we call them bags, and whatnot. You can look in the woman's face and see she's suffering. And the thing that, I was there, I was like, Father God, well, how is this happening in 2021 in Trinidad and Tobago? A female citizen. And the thing that get me angry, because I storm, I just blow and drop water here and send a cloud there, and I might relax, I might just. The lady said that when she went back to the hospital on one occasion because she needed to change the bag because it was becoming contaminated with feces and it's not supposed to. The doctors in the hospital asked her, you again? What you come here for? And the woman break down crying. I mean, what kind of society I thought a doctor takes an oath. First, do no harm. Are wrong or right, Anselm? Correct me if I'm wrong or right.
Say that again?
A doctor, you take an oath, don't do any harm, right? First, do no harm.
Yeah.
So if this her medical history. She shows up in the hospital for care because y'all poisoned her with the chemo. They botched some surgery. Oh God. And the woman suffering. And that is all you could that threw me. I mean, I got mad. You tell the woman what she doing here? What you come here for? It's at a hospital. And she came there for care. I don't know, Amsterdam. I don't know.
You see the thing about in Trinidad and Tobago, you have no representation, you have no rights, no real protection unless you can afford a lawyer, and then there's only a certain amount you can get. I mean, the system is set up in a way that you really have no protection. You have no protection. They could do anything to you and get away with it and smack you around too if you talk too hard. So there is no respect. We got independence in 1962. We became a republic in 76. And I mean, are we citizens? Are we still slaves? Why are we still in this situation? Why are we afraid to raise our voices? Why are we afraid to unite? If we don't unite, we would not be able to fight this. We'll be in the same situation, continue in the same circle. This race thing is a diversion. Is a diversion from the truth to prevent people from uniting. But a lot of the young people are beyond this. It's just some of the elderly people really caught up in this kind of thing. Most of the young people is beyond this, and eventually you're going to see a turn. Eventually,
I'm disillusioned that Trinidad and Tobago is going to emerge out of this COVID-19 in a favorable situation or condition. There's too much going on. And you have I don't see any leaders in Trinidad and Tobago. I see politicians. I don't see no leader. I don't see none. Mm-mm. And the people are becoming more frustrated, and they're looking for someone to give them hope. If you're throwing them crumbs, then throw them a crumb of hope that the things we will emerge from this, and we will, but oh God, the threatening taxes. You're threatening them with fines for not wearing the mask. You're threatening them with you can't go here and you can't go there. You're threatening them with safe zone, unsafe zone, and vaccine apartheid. You're threatening them not to educate the children if they're not vaccinated. What dangerous road is Trinidad and Tobago going? And when the opposition stands up to do their job, they're being told that they're out of order. So help it make sense to me now.
But
If the
Diana,
opposition,
what my concern is the activists on the ground. You hear Takisha was saying the activists on the ground selling out. They've been bought out.
that I realize.
Okay.
That
Well,
I
then should be
realize.
standing people like Aisha Wells and Kingsley and
Who's buying them
whoever
out?
out there.
Who's buying them out?
Who
Who buying them
you
out?
think? Who you think?
Asking who buying them out?
Is
Who
either
buying
the
them out?
incumbent or the opposition, one of the two.
But
And
they're not standing up. If you stay in silent, there's certain things going on in your community, and you're not raising your voice. Are you really for the people, or you're there to serve yourself? Are you afraid to say something? Is somebody threatening you?
Yeah,
We have given them the opportunity to let us know what's going on in their community so that we can assist them with the fight.
Hello, Rosie on WCY 95.9 FM.
Good night once again, everybody.
How are you? How are you doing?
Tonight, I don't want to call to talk about any issue that is going on in my country.
Why is that?
I'm fed up of every single thing that is going on about how the government is handling the problems or not handling the problems, how the president, how everybody. So I don't want to talk about those issues. The crime, everything. I am a fed up citizen. And if I did not know the Lord and my hope was not built on Jesus Christ and his righteousness, I don't feel I could make it in a country like Trinidad and Tobago at present. I call in tonight to speak about you all and your program and what it's doing for people like me. And I am saying that while I was stranded in Guyana, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we're listening to you. We hear you.
While I was stranded in Guyana for all those months, I had lost all hope until I met Gary Mahabir on Facebook, right? And then he introduced me to Diana, who eventually had paid for me to come back, paid for my COVID test and all of these things. And you, when I called in, and you picked up my case on your program, and I felt like God had really come down. I want to say it continued from there. I was never on any talk show before. I never held on to any or joined any talk show before. That was not my style. But now I am thankful for your program. I am thankful that I am part of the listener and that I'm allowed to make an input. I am thankful for the help that I know that you all are giving to many, have given, and still is given. How many people you all rescued that was stranded, that the government taught young, all of them turned their back on, right? I have a lot that I could speak against this government. I don't even want to talk about. Tonight I called to commend you all, to thank you all, to encourage you all to keep up this good work. Your program must only excel. It must never drop. I am thankful to the crew, every member that calls in and makes their contribution. I'm thankful for the humor on the program, and that gets me going and look forward to it. I don't even want to think about what's going on in my country. I thank you. God bless you all and bless all the listeners as well. Good night.
Thank you so much, Rose. We appreciate
Thank
you
you,
as well.
Rose.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
Excellent job. Fantastic.
People
Rose,
you
great
appreciate.
job.
This is what we want.
Rose,
I mean,
Rose,
we are
raise
here
my
to
pause,
give the
girl.
people a voice.
Raise my pause, boy. My pause raise. Oh, God, Rose. My pause raise, boy. Look, I even see Diana pause raise. Look, Gary pause going back down. I see it. Yeah, Gary pause just went back down.
No, my pause is raised when I see tall, dark, and handsome.
Let me leave that alone. Let me leave that alone. I leave in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
no, you know
I
what?
mean,
You know what? To be honest
Takesha
with you,
calling,
man.
Rose calling. I mean, can we hear from
Yeah,
somebody
no,
else?
yeah, listen to this, Gary. At the end of the day, Gary, it's contributions like Takesha, contribution like Rose, who make contribution in the chat. That's why we go back and forth in the chat. The thing is serious, it's funny. You get a little, education, you get a little brain food. I mean, that's what you want to know. You don't want to hear UNCP and them all the time, UNCP and them, UNCP and them. I mean, listen, every single day you wake up, all you're going to think about is UNCP and them, UNCP and them, UNCP and them, boy. Every day, boy. Nah, I know I can't deal with that. That's why I'd be so happy when I could go out on the track and run 5-6 miles, boy. I would by myself, I happy too bad, boy. I running around the track, breathing hard. Run the MC, little run on. I'm breathing hard, run the on, little run on. Hard. Right, breadstick? Hey, where we partner? Cashew nuts. You coming tonight? Dana see cashew nuts?
No.
You coming tonight?
Yeah, nuts cake? Yeah.
No cashew nuts.
Who's cashew nuts?
We don't have a cashew nuts in the chat?
No, we are nuts cake.
Oh, Wallafield nuts, I mean. Oh, Wallafield nuts. Oh, yeah.
I think he left. You say he go on Ian Allen or something.
Oh, you go on Ian Allen? Okay, yeah. So when I wake up in the morning and I thank God for seeing another morning, I go down on my knees and I say my prayers. I say Psalm 23, 27, and Psalm 91, right? And I finish that day. I'm ready to deal with anything. I go out and I run my 5-6 miles, boy. I get my weed, boy. Then I high when I finish run that 6 miles, girl. Weed for so. I high like crazy there at Ben Skin and Guy Mabia. And I'm good to go when I come back. You tell me every morning I wake up I just go on a program and talking about, hey, this no man, or they spending all of the time. And then people in politics, they're driving a nice car. When they leave, they're going up to the nice mansion. Right? They're pulling up in the garage. They are the mail. Right? That's everybody. And all they're going and fighting for them. All they're going, oh, yeah, boy. What? Oh, yeah, boy. Yeah. Oh, they're going.
Last night, Stark Entertainment was going in on them, boy. Oh, boy, did he go in on them.
Oh, they're going.
Stark
Nadia, we're waiting for you to call, Nadia. We only want ladies to call. No little one horner and breadstick and carrot cake and
Ellis Island.
Ellis Island. And who's the other one? Who's the other one? I can't remember all of them names. Renee Mohammed. Renee's a male or female?
I don't know. But he called it. He called it crap.
No, I think he been here. I don't know if he been here.
All right. Richard Ramroop. Well, Lana was already the first one called already. So Nana, you're inside. Rowley, what about Rowley from Toronto? Rowley, you have any money on your phone? You know, Rowley up in Toronto using B-Mobile, you know.
You see, Gary, you see why he just get licks, right? Okay, good.
Yeah. Rowley had to put money on the phone, but the phone ran out of money.
Nice how we Trini lives, man.
Yeah, I heard say Rowley from Toronto about Me Too. Do you know what's a Me Too?
Oh,
you know what's a Me Too?
I don't know what's Azerbaijan. I don't know what that is.
Dana, you don't know what's a Me Too phone?
Azerbaijan.
All right. Dana, ask me this question.
We don't use no Me Too phone in Barbados.
Let's play along for a little bit now. Right?
Wait. You sound like a little boy trying to lead me in the cane ground to play along. I play along with you.
Asked it. Let me give a little bit now.
That were them little boys used to come and come play along with me in the cane field now. Come in the cane.
So Dana, ask me the question. Answer me have a phone like that one too, you know. Just answer the question. Ask me the question.
You have a Me Too phone?
No, when you ask me the question, I supposed to answer you. You say, I have a phone like that one.
I have a phone like that one.
Me too. Yeah.
You better stick to being a professor.
Look. Hey, look, real stealth bomber just coming. This stealth bomber just coming. What? Yeah, Ron.
Yeah.
Good night, Ron.
Yeah, take the Me Too out my rice. Yeah, that's right, nuts cake. And I'll take the nuts out of your cake and the cake out your nuts too.
But you know, hey, Renee Mohammed say, Ansem is a big man with 13 kids. We have 13 kids and 4 wives. What? Are you in big business?
He's a Muslim then.
4 wives. 4 wives, boy.
And you living peacefully, Mr. Mohammed?
Renee Mohammed, power to you, my brother. Power to you, my brother.
I say that too.
Power to you, man.
Boy, I fall short.
Yeah. You are not a Mohammed, you are Mahabir.
Yeah. Hey, where's the scene, boy? Where's the scene? Yeah, look, Pistic say you have a phone like that.
I want somebody to tell me to take the Me Too out my rice. That's right.
Nah, he said, hey, Renee Mohammed said no BS, no Muslim. Man, for real, buddy. No.
You can't. What country you live in? Let me come and educate these women.
Who's that?
I'm going to educate the women.
Boy, the man have as much as he can afford.
What country you live in, Mr. Mohammed? When I'm done speaking with them, you'll need a divorce lawyer.
What, boy? Hey, all right. Who you had a phone? Who you to put? Hey, Richard Ramoop. Put closing comments in the chat. And
I say one for wife,
Rennie
one girl.
Mohammed.
That's too
Rennie
much
Mohammed.
That's too much headache.
Who's that?
He got 4 wives in TNT. What?
Man, if the man can afford it, power to him. All power to him.
Not me, but if he can have 4 wives, I can have 4 husbands.
I wouldn't mind 13 children, though.
Oh God, no. I know nobody 13 children.
I enjoy my kids.
No, because you ain't had to carry them. No, 13 children. Hell to the no.
I enjoy every moment of my kids.
Hell to the no. One would have been good enough for me. And when the doctor coming out with that one, hey, go back in there where you find that and seal it up.
All right, if you say so.
I done with that. No.
Nadia, good night.
13 children. Oh God. Wait.
Richard Ramoop and Rennie Mohammed, please put closing comments in the chat. Closing comments in the chat.
If I had money like Donald Trump, I'd have 13 times 13 children.
Yeah, you have 15 children.
Why you so obsessed with all these children?
Oh, I love children. I love my army. Hey, I was moving my own army. What do you mean? I tell you, I enjoy every moment of my kids.
But who could be minding all these children?
So if I had money like Donald Trump, I'd have 13 times 13.
No, you're crazy.
Hey, Raystel Obama want to know, now see you in a suit and thing, who getting married there and some? When you get married, man, Raystel, I had a special Zoom call tonight, with some important people in high places. So, I had make sure I have a very colorful shirt. Oh God, Lara says, I like this one, Lara. Lara says, all you give a chance to call in the village is only Tikisha and Rose call to wow, and some send them a phone card now. They go call. Yeah, I go send them a phone card.
Yeah.
I go send all your phone card. Listen, me.
Get ready for Thursday night. We want more people calling in.
Albert Montano says, I went up in 1983 and again in 1987. And even then, people were afraid to be seen with me as a UNC, now candidate in a PNM seat, winning twice. So how things was? Right? All you think it easy?
So, Albert, you got to come in the show one time, man. Let us know.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you.
Hey, Zaid, thank you so much, boy. Hey, Zaid, send them fellas the one that put closing comments in the chat. Zaid, put closing comments in the chat. No little run horn, not you. Oh, God. What Eli saying there, boy?
Can they call in and give the closing words too?
Yeah. You know what? That's a good idea, you know. That's a great idea, boy. All right, so listen, what are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, what is? Hold on, that's a great idea. Renee, Rennie, 973-868-1444. 973-868-1444. Rennie and Richard Ramoop and one other person I call. Who's the other person, boy? Zaid. All right. We just want you all to call with your closing comments. If you all don't want to call, put the closing comments in the chat. All right.
Yeah, guys, this program is about you. Come on, let's be part of the show now. Come on, let's
come on, man. Sticking, no. Sticking.
I want to know what's going on in your neck of the woods too. So get ready for Thursday.
Yeah.
Get ready for Thursday and bring us some information what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, Raystel say our system needs change. It's that simple. Forget the government and thing. Once the system change, everything will fall in place. Correct is right, Ray Stell, boy. Ray
Yeah,
Stell
but how do you
Bama,
change
boy.
the system? You need a government to lead that change.
Yeah, Lana, the sticking, you know. Lana, the real sticking, boy. Where's that one, all you?
We need them activists to be real in the community, stand up for their people. Don't be flip flopping. Call it as it is. You know.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
something
yeah.
going wrong in your community, regardless of who it is, who vexed lost. Speak
All right,
out.
all right. So Rene Mohammed says, all right, no. Look, before we go, hold on, Before we go.
Yeah, what's going on with your partner, Ulrich?
Ulrich?
Yeah, you hear?
Ulrich must be gonna make a suit.
Oh, okay. We want to hear from him too. Want him come on Thursday and tell what's going on.
You know Ulrich is a tailor? No, serious.
Really?
Yeah. He's a tailor and he just play some kind of music and thing. Real good, you know. I will play it on it one time. Yeah, Ulrich is a tailor, boy. Ulrich only see at the city corner where you pass and he go make a suit for you.
Well, we have to we have to know these things so that we can give reference to them. You know, recommend some customers. You know, you have a skill, let us know. You know,
right.
We help
So,
you out.
all right. So, guys, my closing comments, in the words of, in the words, I was gonna say in the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, all right. Frederick Douglass said, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its many waters." From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall, so that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Go ahead, Anna.
Oh, you ready with me? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Wait. 1 minute. Let me remove that there from the screen. Go ahead.
I was listening tonight and, I was spinning off of what Takesha said. And I had written this piece a long time ago, and I searched in my, collection and I wanted to bring it to the people. It's called From Fun to Guns. There was a day not so far away when there was fun, children were at play. A discarded wheel was recycled and used in a race down a nearby hill at a fast, fast pace. A cricket match arranged, lucky if you were chosen. It was a privilege to be one of that 11. A football game was played with pride. If you fell down, you got up, you never cried. Kite flying showcased your craftsmanship. Kite tails swished against the sky as they dipped. Pitching marbles did not mean that you were mad. Children of today don't play with them anymore, and that's so sad. A heavy downpour of rain meant that it was time to race our popsicle boats in the nearby drain. A non-violent wrestle settled disagreements all, and never did it end with a funeral. Lal, Chin, and Fat Boy were all friends. They shared each other's books, pencils, and pens. A fast food snack would almost always be a belly full of the fruit in season, green or ripe, naturally. Our favorite cartoon TV show, viewed in black and white, the only color we know. The radio populated our brains with positive music, enchanting were the melodies and catchy was the lyrics. The only gang we ever heard of, comprised of fun-loving children from the neighborhood. There was no need for a gun or a knife. We respected and cared for each other's life. There was no internet or computer. We got all our knowledge from a book, our teacher, our old grandmother. Our chores were many, minimal difficulty. We were kept busy, no time wasted idly. Society is now in a state of decay. There's when there's a victim of murder almost every day. How did we arrive at this declining state? So angry, so void, so full of hate. Look around, see all the damage you've done. In the end, tell me, what have you won? How did we arrive from fun to guns? Like many law abiding citizens, I pray there can be a time, perhaps starting today. I bet you all this violence will go away if you put down the guns and played like we did in the old day. This is Diana Benskin, aka The Storm. Want you to remind you to always fall asleep with a dream and wake up with a purpose. Auf Wiedersehen until we meet again. Good night, beloved people.
Gary, you up?
Yeah, man. Diana remind me of holding a piece of stick behind the bicycle rim and pushing it down the road or tire. You know. You know. Remember them days, so yeah. Boy,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, correct is right.
Yeah, man. It's a sad situation what's taking place in our country, but several things has to put into play, and I mean the leaders on the ground really need to step up before the not only the politicians, but we really need the people on the ground, the activists on the ground, to be real and truthful to themselves and their community. I mean, I don't admire what I'm seeing at this point. I mean, the preachers, the imams, the Hindu priests, various community leaders. We all have to join together to take a stand. This transition is not going to be an overnight change, but we have to work at it. And I do encourage people to step up. We are here to give you a voice. Please make use of it. You have the WhatsApp number. I mean, you have the chat. Just let us know what's going on in your community. We would like to hear from you. So until we meet again, I would say good night and thank everyone for joining us.
Thank you, Gary. So Rene Mohammed says, we are all one people under the sun. Peace and love to all. That's Rene Mohammed's closing comments. And then we have Zaid says, closing comments. Keep up the program. This show is balanced other than the rest. Thank you so very kindly, Zaid.
Just wanted to let them know I may be missing in action for 2 days because I'm heading over to London to accept a Global Ambassador Award and to deliver 2 keynote speeches at the International Divas of Color Forum. So I'm leaving for London tomorrow night. I won't be with you. So you still send me the link, Anselm, if I'm not asleep or anything, I would chime in because London is like 5 hours ahead. And next Saturday, it'll be an all-day event, and smack dab in the middle of the program will be smack dab in the middle of the award event. So y'all won't see me for 2 nights. I'm not ill. I'll just be doing the Lord's work.
So shoot us a video or do us a live in your convenient time.
Yes, I will.
We'll play it on the program.
Yes, you know who I've invited? The young lady that we want to bring home from England. I've invited her to come go to the show. So yeah, so she, at least lift her spirits a little, and
she really need that. She really need that.
So Diana and Gary, we're gonna close with this one, and then we're gonna close to the
Thank you all. Thank you.
Ellis Island says Wall Street are calling the number, and someone said welcome to Rikers Island.
So Diana is personally going to rescue that young lady.
Yes. Yeah.
You see that answer? She's personally heading over there.
Yeah.
Say make sure she's okay. Help her with a PCR test while I'm there. We search on if we find a flight for her and stuff like that. But at least cheer her up a bit, because she's been through a lot. And
too much. Too much.
And to meet someone who, is helping you. I know she'll be overjoyed, and she's surprised at the invitation to the event. So.
All right, we're gonna leave you with Black Stallion.
All right, guys. Good night. Look forward
Good
to
night.
Tuesday.
Good night.
Thank you.
Help, murder, feeling the pain, we can't take the pressure. Pain, we crying. Somebody got to do something. Right now we really need a Messiah to take we out of this big disaster. For everything I call, look, we try it all in vain. Rich or poor, black or white, we feel it the same pain. St. James, Belmont, Citrus, and Scarborough. Somebody gotta do something. Somebody gotta fix something. Somebody do something. Somebody gotta run something. Calm down. Help, pain. It's only losses today and no gain. Hell, fire. Somebody got to ease up the pressure. Like nobody seems to care about the poor. All them rich people close up the door. And who have the head to carry it through and through. Only care about themselves, and that's for me and you and you know. St. John, Belmont, Labrador, Arima. Somebody gotta run something. Somebody gotta fix something. Somebody do something. Come on.
.9 FM, Maplewood, New Jersey, broadcasting from Essex County.